We are live at Coletco for tonight's live Facebook record sale. Forgot my correct words there. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and get this thing shared. Sorry for being a few minutes late. Mondays are sometimes a little hectic. I've kind of been here on time, but I actually didn't get finished with everything that I needed to. But we're here now. Thanks for hopping on and joining us tonight. We've got lots of new vintage arrivals to go through. It's Monday. Some people were like, I hadn't even got my invoice yet. And I was like, well, that's one reason why we're kind of late. Tanner's doing those right now. But usually he would have been here and had everything set up for me. He's still at home working on invoices. And Seth is here, going to help me tag. And Paul's still in the back pricing stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I'm working on sharing this link everywhere. Hope that you do the same. Please like and share anywhere you possibly can. I would greatly appreciate you liking and sharing. And I see where people's tagging me like, Chad, you said 7 o'clock. And I know this is the first time we've been really late in a while. So you have to cut me a little bit of a break on this one. I have been on time for a long time. This pretty much ended a streak for a while. But let's see. Let me go ahead and share the live link in the post I made. My mic sounds a little quiet. Interesting. Well, let me give it about 3 more minutes. Sean says my mic sounds very low too. Okay, well, let me swap out right quick. I just walked over to the comments and seen y'all saying that. Let me swap out mics. Oh, well, actually, test 1, 2. I think I had the wrong one on. Okay, how about now? Should be a lot better now. Should be much better. Let me go over here to this Coletco page. So I just saw where somebody commented like, 7 must mean 8 Central Time. And I was like, oh no, I'm late. I know. There we go. Sean, we're live now. Sean Druid. I got you, Sean. I just replied to your comments. All right. Sorry about all that. All right. Perfect. Michael's. We're good to go. Okay. So I think we've got it shared everywhere. Now I just got to do on Facebook. Let me just do the Instagram link now to our Instagram story. I've gotten to a habit. I don't know how many actually people use that, but I go ahead and use it anyway, just in case. Just in case. And let's go here. And no, I don't want to make a post actually. I want to use a story. And let's go here and live now. And your stories. Okay, so I got it shared everywhere that I wanted to share. Let me go chat. And let's go ahead and get started. Might go ahead and go through this first crate of warm-up material. As you see, I got a restock of a few things we sold out of last week and a few things that we sold out of the week before that I really ain't got to. But I do have a crate and a half of new vinyl. And before I go through the crate and a half of new vinyl, let's go ahead and see what's on the table here. I don't know if we'll go through this or not. We might go ahead and go straight into new stuff since it is already 7:30. I feel like those have been gone through several times already last week. So instead of doing the crate that's there, let's go through this crate that was here. Now, there was a waiting list for a lot of titles, but these were invoiced for this week. These were invoiced this week. So there's some LA Guns titles in here that there were already waiting lists for, but like I said, they've already been invoiced. So let me go ahead and show you some new titles. There's a lot of LA Guns, a lot of music on vinyl stuff in here, along with the other crate. Did I print off that sheet for tonight? I did. I do have a waiting list sheet. Well, there's a lot of sweets around here. I see cake and cookies and brownies and cupcakes and all kinds of stuff. We need to either eat that or throw it away because I will be eating way too much of it. All right, let's see what we have in here. So happy Monday. We're going to start off the week. I've got a lot. Mondays, we usually have a lot of vintage arrivals. I've got 246 crates
plus Japanese auctions, and plus new vinyl. And the reason we have so much is because Sundays, as y'all know, we don't have shows on Sundays. Paul and John are both here on Sundays, pricing records. And then Monday, Paul and John are both here pricing records. So just make a note on your calendar. Monday is a great day to watch because we have a lot of new vintage stuff, and usually leftover stuff from the night before shows up, or from the week before that wasn't delivered over the weekend. Hanoi Rocks, 2 steps from the movie. So this is a prime example of a list. We had a wait list already from last week, and that was keyed in on Saturday night after the sale. So if you was on a waiting list for this, it's already on the invoice that you got today. Hanoi Rocks, 2 steps from the move, is music on vinyl, red, $44.99. Meemaw going crazy in the kitchen. Scott Apple wants to know knives. Well, the Meemaw we're talking about is also kin to Scott Apple and Seth Hackett, right, Seth? Seth is here tonight, newly engaged. Wow, that's where I was spending most of my Sunday. Seth got engaged. I just really showed up to eat food and leave. Sorry, Seth. Hanoi Rocks, $44.99. No, I'm joking. I was really there to support my friend. I shook his hand and said, "Where's the food?" Bad Religion. I'm sure that's why Scott was there too, right, Scott? Bad Religion, Recipe for Hate. That's on orange and red vinyl, $29.99. Hanoi Rocks is $44.99, red vinyl. Bad Religion, Recipe for Hate, limited edition anniversary colored vinyl, $29.99. That was a new release from last week. That was a restock last week. LA Guns. LA Guns, limited edition blue vinyl. LA Guns Collector's Edition #1. This was a waiting list from last week as well. This is pretty much a demo for the first LA Guns recordings that they submitted to Polydor. I thought that was pretty cool. It's on limited edition blue vinyl, so that's an early LA Guns demo, and that is $31.99 blue vinyl for LA Guns. Let's see here. Lots of congratulations to Seth. Scott said, "I was there just to meet you." Yeah, I think several people. I walked in, camera flashes started going off, or maybe that was for Seth. I don't know. A lot of pictures were being taken. I was in a lot of them, but there was a lot of pictures. I feel like most of them were Seth, but I was in a lot of pictures. People knew I was there. I did sign a few autographs. Scott asked for one. I declined. Elton John, The Complete Thumb Ball Sessions, $38.99. This was originally a Record Store Day release only. You could only get this on Record Store Day. Not anymore. It's now in print, $38.99, and that's still on colored vinyl. And that was a new release from last week that I did not ever get around to showing. I was going to post a pre-order for it, and it snuck up on me. It really snuck up on me, $38.99. Also want to remind everybody there's a big new release. There's a big new release coming out, Mammoth. I really hope that title isn't allocated. I have almost 200 pre-orders on it, and I was notified that there may be an allocation. So everybody cross your fingers. I emailed 2 other distributors that I didn't already put orders in with, and I was like, please tell me you can get me some more Mammoths, autographed ones. But I had a feeling an autographed indie exclusive would be pretty allocated. So just FYI, that's due out Friday. I hope I can get a bunch. Jerry Stone gets the first sale of the night, $38.99. Coletco can sponsor Seth's wedding. That sounds expensive. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we got that kind of cash to throw around. I might can sponsor like the cake or something. I might sponsor the cake as long as I can make a speech at the wedding. I really want to roast Seth. I might fire Seth at his wedding if he can give me the mic for a few seconds. Say some nice things, and then Seth, you're fired. Black Label Society, The Blessed Hellride, that's on white vinyl, $31.99. $31.99. We also have Duran Duran, Thanksgiving Live, the Ultra Chrome, Latex, and Steel Tour. That's on purple and yellow vinyl. 25th anniversary, purple and yellow vinyl. 1 crystal clear and 1 crystal green. That is $39.99. Brian May and Friends is $36.99. Brian May and Friends. This is the Starfleet Project with Eddie Van Halen. Last copy I have, that was allocated originally. We did get some more in. $36.99 for that. And Tormentor. Blitzkrieg Demons, $31.99. Blitzkrieg Demo, Blitzkrieg Demo. I messed that all up. Blitzkrieg Demo, $31.99. All right, let's go back up to the top and make sure I did everything in the right order. Let's see. Steely Dan, somebody else asked about a refund, or if you ever buy a record from us, whether it's new or pre-owned and you're unsatisfied, or especially if there's a defect, we will 100% give you your money back. If there's something that you're just unhappy about, we can work out a partial repayment so you don't have to return it. But if you ever buy anything new or pre-owned from us, it's 100%. But as always, any problems with an invoice, a record, make sure you message the page. We will get back with you either immediately or within 72 hours. Give us a few days sometimes. Today and tomorrow, very busy for us in Messenger. We're sending out a lot of tracking numbers. We're sending out a lot of invoices. Messages can get buried. Really, it's just Tanner and maybe Doug looking at messages right now, and we get sometimes in a day hundreds. So just give us some time. But yes, just so everybody knows what's going on there. Okay, Jeff Bergman wants the Duran Duran Thanksgiving Live. We'll sell that to Jeff Bergman. Sell that to Jeff Bergman. And we have Turnpike Troubadours, A Long Way From Your Heart. Turnpike Troubadours is $33.99. And we have Turnpike Troubadours Goodbye Normal Street, $26.99. Yeah, immediately or 72 hours. Sometimes I see a message pop up and it'll be like, hey, can I bring this back to the store tomorrow? And I'll be like, yes, you can. And then sometimes I don't see that message come in, and then it gets buried, and then we don't see it until somebody 2 days later is like, can I please get a reply to this? And that's because really we only have 1 or 2 people looking at messages right now. So we try our best to get back to those as soon as possible. LA Guns Renegades, $28.99. LA Guns Renegades, that's on red vinyl. $28.99. LA Guns Renegades, that's $28.99. And we have Slayer. This is one I don't think I've had in a while, maybe a few weeks. Decade of Aggression Live Slayer, $39.99. Decade of Aggression Live Slayer. Radiohead, Pablo Honey, $44.99 for Radiohead. And Turnpike Troubadours Diamonds and Gasoline. Turnpike Troubadours Diamonds and Gasoline, $31.99. All right, so let me make sure I got everything caught up. Mammoth is Wolfgang Van Halen. That's Eddie Van Halen's son. This is his new second highly anticipated album. His second album, very highly anticipated. His first one won a Grammy. And he's doing an indie exclusive where he's autographing all the covers. Now, I knew there was going to be a lot of those, and I was like, a lot of orders. And I was like, how in the world is he going to autograph that many? So I hope that we get plenty, but right now I really don't know. Bob Riger wants LA. I think that was for LA Guns Renegades. Is that right, Bob Riger? If so, that's so do you. Social media manager, that is back in the works. We kind of laid off for a while because we was trying to handle it in-house, but yes, we realized the other night we're still in need to hire somebody. But we kind of put out for applications. I looked over a bunch. I really didn't make a decision, and I was like, we'll try again in a few more months. And that's kind of where we stopped with that. But yes, that's about to be back in the works. Is LA Guns Vampires that back in the print? Yes, I don't think that one's available. All right, Steve Howe wants Slayer, and so does Sean Druin. Sean Druin, I'll put you on a wait list for Slayer, Decade of Aggression, if that's okay. I'll have more of those in. It is Monday, so we'll have those done by the end of the week. Steve Howe gets that one, Sean on that one, and Turnpike Troubadour. Sherry wants Turnpike Troubadours A Long Way. That's the one here with the horse on it. So we'll go ahead and tag that for Sherry Darnell. And we have LA Guns. There's that collector's edition number 1. That's the LA Guns demos, $31.99. So we have 2 of those on hand. We have 2 of those on hand. And the last 2 releases in here is we sold a couple of these back at the end of the week. This is the silver vinyl pressing of Reagan Youth Volume 1. Reagan Youth Volume 1, and that's $29.99. Silver vinyl, Reagan Youth Volume 1. And then the other LA Guns back in this week is Covered in Guns. Red and blue split vinyl, $31.99. $31.99. LA Guns, Covered in Guns, $31.99. So that was just our first half crate of vinyl. I'm probably going to go ahead and go into new vintage arrivals after I go back through these very quickly. And if you missed it earlier, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 crates. 8 crates of new vintage arrivals to go through. 8 crates of new vintage arrivals to go through. So let me recap these one more time. Most of these were restocks from last week. Hanoi Rocks, 2 Steps from the Move, $44.99. Bad Religion is $29.99. Recipe for Hate. LA Guns, Collector's Edition number 1. That's a demo, $31.99. I've got 2 of those. Elton John, Tom Ball Sessions, or Tom Ball Sessions, one of the 2. I think it's Tom Ball. You don't really say that H there. $38.99. Black Label Society, Blessed Hell Ride, $31.99. That is on white vinyl. Brian May, lead guitarist from Queen. This was his Starfleet project. Also had Eddie Van Halen on guitar, $36.99. Tormentor is $31.99. Turnpike Troubadours is $26.99. LA Guns Renegades, $28.99. Radiohead Pablo Honey, $44.99. Turnpike Troubadours Diamonds and Gasoline, $31.99. Reagan Youth is $29.99. And LA Guns is $31.99. It's Tormentor colored. Let me take a look at that. Let's see what it says on the hop sticker. That was black vinyl. Black vinyl on that one, Brett. James Bragg wants Brian May. James Bragg gets the Brian May Starfleet project, and Clay Moore wants the Turnpike Troubadours Diamonds and Gasoline. Tillman Smoot, you were second to Brian May. I'll put you on a waiting list, and he does want LA Guns Covered in Guns. I'll go ahead and give you that one. So let's go ahead and sell that to Tillman, and Tillman, I'll put you on a waiting list for the Brian May. Brenda, the LA Guns waiting list, if you were, it's on the invoice that you got today. And Tanner is still working on those. We had a ton of orders this week, and he is still sending out invoices. We have to basically go through our system and generate those. And the reason we used to say Sunday, and now most of them go out late on Monday, is because of all the sales tax problems. We were informed by the government that we have to start collecting sales tax on certain orders outside of the state if we sell a certain threshold. When we have a lot of new customers, we have to go in and basically edit all the different sales tax rates based on zip codes. None of that. There is no system really we can find that has all that automated. We've tried. We actually hired a company. We hired a company to look into it for us, and they pretty much said, well, you're just going to have to do it manually, which I figured was going to happen. And that's why it takes Tanner a lot of time to work on these invoices. So that's what he does on Sundays and Mondays, is really work on those invoices that goes out. Have to do a lot of manual sales tax calculations based on everybody's zip code, address, state, wherever. So, but if you have any problem, just send our page a message. So I cannot fix anything right now. Tanner is working on all that, nor can I keep up with it. But if you send our page a message, Tanner will fix it. We have House of the Holy, Led Zeppelin. This is a VG Plus copy. It's a Richmond press, and it's the RL mastering. This is VG Plus, $36.99. Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy. Sterling with Robert Ludwig and the Dead Wax. That's a VG Plus, $36.99. Let's Live for Today, the Grassroots. Let's Live for Today, EX copy, $12.99. Let's Live for Today, the Grassroots. That is EX, $12.99. War's Greatest Hits, VG, $14.99. War's Greatest Hits is VG, $14.99. That is War's Greatest Hits. And Al Green's Greatest Hits is a VG copy. This is a club, $19.99. I'm so tired of being alone. Let's Stay Together. I'm Still in Love with You on the original High label. That is VG, $19.99. Al Green's Greatest Hits, classic. Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experience is a VG copy, $34.99. 67 Terre Haute pressing, and the bottom seam is split. So this is 67 OG tricolor Steamboat label. The vinyl's in VG. The bottom seam is split. Nice VG. Jimi Hendrix Experience. Those always sound good, those OG pressings of this record. Have listened to it a bunch. Neil Young Zuma, VG Plus $24.99 with the original inner sleeve and insert. And Big Brother and the Holden Company Cheap Thrills. This is VG $17.99. Janis Joplin, Big Brother, and the Holden Company. What's the story on King Crimson? Mark, I haven't even looked at it. I have not physically put my hands on it, but I will have it up for auction very soon. I got to pull out some auctions. Next is someone to write some Excel VBA code. Well, one, I don't know what that is, and second, what everybody's told me, it's very hard to find stuff that works with Square's website, since we're actually dealing with like a Square website format. So that's what everybody's been telling me that I've spoke to that works in that industry. But so right now we kind of do it manually. The Who is VG plus $19.99. Shopify automatically calculates sales tax, but they won't do it through an invoice because some y'all aren't really keying in your address. We are. So basically, y'all would have to all set up accounts and profiles and usernames and passwords with us, and we don't want anybody to have to do all that. So Magico is EX $17.99, and then we'd have to rekey it all in. So Magico is EX $17.99. Steely Dan Asia VG copy $16.99. Let's see what letters are in the dead wax. This is AB Mastering, and I still have not went and checked to figure out which one of those is the very good pressing. It's either AA or AB. Steely Dan is a VG copy $16.99, and Led Zeppelin Presence EX condition $41.99. EX, this is not a bad looking copy whatsoever. Nice looking jacket too, and it's embossed. Led Zeppelin Presence is EX $41.99. And Billy Ocean Pressure. Billy Ocean, this looks like a 12-inch single. It is VG plus $9.99. If you're just joining us, we're doing our first crate, and it looks like I've grabbed check condition new arrivals. Looks like I've grabbed check condition new arrivals. And somebody's asked about King Crimson. I see it here in the front of the next crate. So let's go ahead and see what kind of version we have here. This is Editions EG. This is a King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King. I see that it's a gatefold, and it's on this label that's called EG Editions. EG Editions, which is technically a reissue, a vintage reissue. Very clean vinyl, and this is a $25 start. $25 start, about a VG Plus cover. If you don't have that album already, that is a very good pressing. I used to have one of those. One of the first clean, nice copies I had was this EG Editions pressing. Sounded really good. That is a $25 start on that. That will be our first auction of the night. That's the first auction of the night. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Deja Vu. This is a VG copy for $12.99. VG copy, $12.99. And Madonna, Like a Virgin, 12-inch single. That's VG, $11.99. Pre-order Dolly. Dolly doesn't come out till November, so you won't get any invoice for that until it comes out. That is several months away, Mr. Joe L. Hawkins Jr. Dolly doesn't come out till November. Jim Croce, I Got a Name, VG plus $9.99. You do not have to prepay, nor will you get an invoice from us until it comes out. So any pre-orders aren't billed until we physically have them in hand. I don't bill anybody just in case something's allocated or we're shorted on an order. We don't have to worry about sending out refunds and disappointing people. We just wait until we do that. So Donnie Moore on Madonna. Donnie Moore gets Madonna, and we're looking for a $25 start on King Crimson. Edgar Winters, White Trash. This is a VG Plus copy, $14.99. Edgar Winters, White Trash. That's VG Plus $14.99. Aztec Camera is EX $12.99. This is Aztec Camera Knife. And Donnie Moore also wants Billy Ocean. I'm looking for a $25 start on King Crimson, and we have that stickered. Much more than a $25 mark. I promise you that. I figured that was just to get the ball rolling, just FYI. Donnie Moore on Billy Ocean. Tony Shore first to Aztec Camera. John Stevens was second, and Thomas Hujar was third. Ryan, I have not looked into them. If I need to, though, I will. Chicago Transit Authority. This is a 70s press, VG condition, $16.99 for Chicago Transit Authority. That's VG, $16.99 for Chicago's debut album. Todd Rundgren's Utopia is EX, $12.99. And Human League, Human. This is on green vinyl. Interesting. VG plus, $9.99. Green. Is it? Oh, I was about to say, that doesn't look green. Hold it up to the light. Wow, that really changes. That's like wild. You hold that up to the light, it automatically turns green. That's so to Donnie Moore as well. Tony Shore, you were second. Frampton Comes Alive is a VG copy, $14.99 for Frampton Comes Alive. Foghat Night Shift is a VG plus $9.99. 2001, A Space Odyssey soundtrack. VG plus $14.99 for 2001, A Space Odyssey. VG plus $14.99. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland. This is how most of these jackets look. This is like when I tell y'all when we have a nice Electric Ladyland. This is how most of them look. The very first copy I ever bought of this at a pawn shop, and I was ecstatic to find it like what was that, 15 years ago. This is how it looked. VG $26.99. I think I still have it in my collection just as a relic. 68 two-tone. This is VG $26.99. VG condition $26.99. Still not bad. $26.99 Electric Ladyland on the vinyl. The cover is, as you can see, kind of beat up. So Human League's already sold. We have Burbank VG $12.99. Paul has on the back awesome compilation. It's one of those compilations. I see Deep Purple and Martin Mull and John Renborn, Matthew Ellis, Jeff and Maria Muldar, Fanny T-Rex, Foghat, The Meters. That's Burbank, and that's sold to Tony Shore. Tony Shore, that's sold to you. Antonio Carlos Jobim, Wave, VG Plus $19.99 for Jobim. Billy Joe's 52nd Street is VG $12.99. Somebody's about to walk away with absolute theft when I make this a $25 buy it now. Holy moly, no bid on King Crimson. I'm worried about the future of the world. A $25 start. That is insane. Edward Star Wars gets that for $25. That's about a third of what I thought it would bring and about a third of what it probably should be selling for. Edward steals that for $25. Ian gets the Joe Beam record, and Patty Anderson Williams, you were second on King Crimson. We have six-pack. This is Willie Nelson, Ray Wiley Hubbard, Cooter Brown, Don Bowman, Steve Fromholz, and the Grinslaw brothers. That is a VG Plus $11.99. And the Goldfinger soundtrack. This is in mono. VG condition, $9.99. Goldfinger, VG $9.99. John Lennon, Double Fantasy is EX condition, $17.99. And these were our songs. The early 30s, EX $24.99. 7 LPs with book. These were our songs. That is $24.99. Donnie Moore wants Goldfinger. Edward Star Wars, you were second. There's a box set of early 30s music. These were our days. Anybody watching a teenager in the 30s? Boy, that would put you, well, I don't want to judge anybody's age, but if you was a teenager in the 30s, or maybe even in your 20s, would it be 110? Approximately. These were our songs. I don't know. Time Capsule. Thomas Bowman, I think he's saying he'll take that comp. I've listened to some of those before. We had like songs of the 20s, you know, and the 30s, and I've listened to some of those just to figure out really what's going on. Let's see here. Price on 2001 Space Odyssey. Donnie Moore, that's a VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. 2001 A Space Odyssey. I think most people watching were probably teenagers in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s. I don't know if we have too many teenagers that were a teenager watching from the 50s, the 40s, or especially the 30s. Donnie Moore says he'll take 2001 Space Odyssey. Any Deep Purple tonight? You never know. I honestly have no idea what I'm about to show. That's what makes our show so interesting. I've got about 300 records over here I'm going to show over the next couple hours, and I have no idea what they are. Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy, VG Plus $36.99. Highly recommend. Grassroots, Let's Live for Today, EX $12.99. War's Greatest Hits, VG $14.99. Al Green's Greatest Hits, VG $19.99. Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? That was a VG $34.99. Neil Young Zuma, VG Plus $24.99. Janis Joplin, Big Brother. Cheap Thrills, VG $17.99. The Who Are You? VG Plus $19.99. Charlie Hayden, Magico, that is EX $17.99, and also other people appearing on that jazz record. Steely Dan, VG copy $16.99. Led Zeppelin Presents. Led Zeppelin still available. 2 Led Zeppelin albums in here. EX condition $41.99. Crosby, Stills & Nash, Deja Vu, VG $12.99. Jim Croce, the classic I Got a Name, VG Plus $19.99. Edgar Winter's White Trash is VG Plus $14.99. Chicago Transit Authority, VG $16.99. Todd Rundgren's Utopia is EX $12.99. Edward said LZ. I'm assuming that was for presents. Let me know if you wanted House of the Holy, though. That's sold to Edward Star Wars. Frampton Comes Alive, VG $14.99. Foghat Night Shift, VG Plus $9.99. Electric Ladyland, VG copy $26.99. Billy Joel still available, VG plus $12.99. The Outlaw Country 6-pack volume 1, VG plus $11.99. And John Lennon is EX $17.99. Edward Did Want Presents, and Jeff Krause says he'll take Chicago. That was probably Chicago Transit Authority. Sell that to Jeff Krause. Thank you, Paul. Have a good one. Have a good one. Thank you, Paul. Paul just brought us another crate of records. So we had 5. Now we've got 6 crates again. We just got replenished. We had 6 crates. Now that made 5, and then he just brought up another one. So all of a sudden we got, that was just a 0 through, that was just, I don't know what you call that, but we just added a new crate. So we're back up to 6 crates of new vintage stuff to go through. I do have tonight's new vinyl. Jerry Stone just asked, and here it is. Here's tonight's newest new vinyl. Tonight's newest new vinyl. We have finally the restock of Extreme Porno Graffiti. Extreme Porno Graffiti is, the waiting list was John Leal and John Smith. So that was pretty much like a pre-sale. But if you've been on an extreme kick like so many other people lately, there's Porno Graffiti, $39.99. Invoices are still going out today. Tanner is actually working on them right now. I think he's hitting buttons and sending them as we speak. So some of y'all maybe get an inbox or an email while we're live here with last week's purchases. So Extreme, so did James Cohorn. LA Guns Hollywood Raw, the original sessions, that's on splatter vinyl, purple and black splatter vinyl, $33.99. Here's the newest release from Neil Young. Neil Young official release series, disc 22, 23 plus, 24 and 25. Now, I bought one for myself. I'm going to sell it because I have a pretty good idea I can get more. But I posted a pre-order. We didn't have anybody order it. But I want to remind you that now we're getting into the Neil Young releases that are very difficult to get. I think 1 or 2 of these have never been released on vinyl. And of course, this is the first time Freedom has been reissued in a while. This is 2, 4, 6, and I think one of these is a 7 LP. So 7 LPs of music. Let's see. No. 3, 5, 8, 9. Well, I was way off. 9 LPs of music. Ark is a 1 LP. They remastered Freedom as a 2 LP. Ragged Glory expanded as a 3 LP. And Weld as a 3 LP. So that's the new Neil Young. So if you're collecting his records on vinyl, I just want to let you know these are pretty tough to find. And they're very expensive originals. And these box sets are pretty much the way he's doing it. Every once in a while he'll reissue one individually. But some of these are probably going to be exclusive to this box set, at least for a while. I was hoping this would come out as an individual release, probably my top 3 favorite Neil Youngs, and that's why I ordered one. If no one claims one of these tonight, I'm probably going to crack that open, do an unboxing video for it, and keep that copy of Freedom. I might sell the other ones individually. I don't know. I don't want to break up a box set, but I really just want Freedom out of there. That is $199.99. And Weld is a live album. Thank you, Jeff, for reminding me of that. $199.99. That's 6, 7, 8, 9 LPs remastered from the analog tapes. Bernie Grundman, accurate artwork. It looks like it's pretty nice. So $199.99. Feel free to buy it. That's technically the one I ordered for myself, but it's for sale. Joan Jett, Bad Reputation, new and sealed, $29.99. $29.99 for Joan Jett, Bad Reputation. And we had a waiting list for that, and it was Mr. Jerry Stone. Jerry, I've got you a Joan Jett, Bad Reputation going on this week's new invoice. J.J. Wilson wants a couple records out of the last crate, which was Foghat and Todd Rundgren. Let's pull those for J.J. Wilson. Foghat and Todd Rundgren. J.J., these are so due. All right, there's Joan Jett. Here's the new release finally in from the Rolling Stones. Pre-order. I was going to go ahead and tack them on everybody's invoice that just went out this week. I decided not to do that because when we do that, sometimes things get misplaced or we forget to ship them. So I'm going to put this, which was technically supposed to be a new release for last week. It just got delivered today. This is $89.99, new Rolling Stones compilation, 40 licks, 40 songs, 4 LPs, $89.99. The pre-order was Stacey Brown, Jerry Wallace, Sherry Darnell, Shepard Michael, Jerry Stone, Paul Brothers, and Amy Hutchings. That's a new Stones comp, $89.99. I've got one really nice one, and then I've got one that just has a little bit of a crease. Ed noticed this little bit of a crease when he was unboxing it. I'm going to keep it unless I have trouble selling it, and then I may have to send that back to my distributor. What was the LA Guns album? That was called LA Guns Hollywood Raw, the original sessions on purple and black splatter vinyl. Those are $33.99. We also got in more Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll. These are $29.99. They do have some light seam crackles up here. They do have some light seam crackles at the top, just FYI. I'm going to try to sell those as is. It's not too bad, but they do have a little bit of a crackle. Hey, there's a Brian May. Go ahead and put, we have a waiting list for that. Put Tillman. Tillman, it's your lucky day. I've got another Brian May. We'll go ahead and scratch you off the waiting list, and we're going to sell that to Tillman Smoot. If anybody wants on the waiting list, let me know. I didn't realize I had another copy of those in another bin. The rest of this box is a lot of music on vinyl. It's a lot of metal. There's some other, it's mostly metal or alternative rock, and it's a lot of music on vinyl. So I think a lot of it is going to be music on vinyl. I can tell you from the jackets and when I was pricing them. So Walt Cruz wants I Love Rock and Roll. Walt, I'll give you that one. And I have one left with a light seam crackle if anybody wants it. Jackal, music on vinyl. Jackal self-titled, $39.99. Music on vinyl. Metal Church, Blessings in Disguise, $39.99. Annihilator, Alice in Hell, limited to 3,500 on red vinyl. That's Annihilator, $39.99 on that one. Blackstone Cherry, I've never had this one before. Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, Blackstone Cherry is $39.99. Jeffrey DeLong also wants a Joan Jett. Sell that to Jeffrey DeLong. Joan Jett, he was first to that. And Sean Druin on Annihilator. It looks like there's a couple people after that one. Let's give Sean Druin this one, Annihilator, and we'll put James Ostrich on a waiting list if that's okay with you, James. Anything, I have a lot of just one copies in here. Basically, to tell y'all that I know for sure I can get more of these. I've got one, and I'm pretty much taking orders for the rest of the week. It's Monday, so if you're on a waiting list, I can promise you I can get you more. So, Sean got the Annihilator. He also gets Blackstone Cherry. James says he's okay with the waiting list for that, so we'll put James on the waiting list. Merciful Fate is $33.99. That's on black vinyl, Metal Blade Records. Oh, sorry for the nightly satanic nudity there. That is $33.99 for Merciful Fate. I didn't even realize it till I looked over my monitor. Death Angel, Act 3, $39.99. Jamie Butler wants Metal Church. We'll give that to Jamie Butler. Brian Tyler says he'll take the Jackal, and we'll also put Jared Benoit on the Annihilator waiting list. So 2 people on that Annihilator waiting list now. Freddie Milford wants Death Angel. I figured y'all would like these restocks. I figured y'all would like these a lot. A lot of music on vinyl, metal stuff in here that I haven't had in stock in a while, such as Lamb of God's Wrath, $39.99. Hold on one second. 40 Licks is $89.99. Annihilator went to Sean Druin. The waiting list is James Ostrich and Jared Benoit. Yep. And everybody else, I don't think there's a waiting list for anything else in there. Jamie Butler got Metal Church, Brian Tyler got Jackal, Freddie Milford got Death Angel, and Brian Tyler on the waiting list for Death Angel, Act 3. 40 Licks is $89.99. I technically have 2 left, but one that is minty. There's Lamb of God, Merciful Fate. Lizzie Borden on silver vinyl. This one's called Visual Lies. Lizzie Borden, Metal Blade Records, $31.99 for Lizzie Borden. Also got Lamb of God in there, and Ministry, The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste, $39.99. Also, I was able to secure some of these with a different distributor, so some of them may be actually $3, $4, sometimes as much as $5 cheaper than some other music on vinyl prices that I've had before. So there's different prices with different distributors. Sometimes not all this is uniform. So sometimes you may see some MOV titles $45. You may see some MOV titles $36.99 or $39. It just really depends on where I'm getting them that week. I'm ordering from a lot of different places now, and certain places have a lot better margins than others. So if it costs me more, I have to charge more. But sometimes I can lock in some of these and get some deals on them, like on this one. Freddie Milford also wanted MF, which was Merciful Fate. So Brian Tyler, I've got you on a waiting list for Death Angel, DA. Freddie Milford got that one. We got Brian Tyler on a waiting list. Freddie Milford gets Merciful Fate. James Bragg wants Ministry. James Bragg gets the Ministry. Craig Thomas on a waiting list for that one. And Jerry Benoit wants Lizzie Borden. Jared Benoit on Lizzie Borden. That's how that was going to go. Is this Lamb of God Wrath? Yes, this is LOG, Lamb of God Wrath, $39.99. No waiting list for Craig. Craig's one of our anti-waiting list people, which is perfectly okay. But Craig, I will have more of these later this week. Testament, Souls of Black, Testament, $39.99. Souls of Black, $39.99. Joe Barrio says he would like to be on that Ministry, The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste waiting list. You got it. These will be back in. I'll be showing all these again if you prefer just to buy live. Some of these instead of one this time. I kind of have an idea of what you're looking for. I'll be ordering 2 and 3 extras. And these should be back on Wednesday or maybe Thursday at the latest for sure. Probably Wednesday. I'll have all these titles back again. Joe Barrios on the Ministry waiting list. Lamb of God is $39.99. Most of everything in here is probably going to be $39.99 if it's a music on vinyl. But Lamb of God is Todd Tipton's for $39.99. Joe Barrios and Ministry was also $39.99. There's Testament. We've sold a lot of those lately. Except Balls to the Walls, $39.99. Except Balls to the Walls. That's not really a rare OG, but when we have them, we definitely auction them because it's usually a hot commodity. Except it's $39.99. Testament Low. Testament Low is $39.99. Brandon Jackson on Accept. Sell that to Brandon Jackson. Accept Balls to the Walls. Lizzie Borden. Give them the Axe. This is $31.99. White, blue, marbled vinyl. Lizzie Borden. Give them an Axe. $31.99. James Bragg on Testament Low. James Bragg on Testament Low. And we have Lizzie Borden, Master of Disguise. 2 LP, sky blue marbled vinyl. Never had that one before. I've had those other Lizzie Borden. This is $44.99. $44.99. So James Bragg got Ministry Low, and James Bragg wants Master of Disguise, which is Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden. So Jared Benoit, let me know which one you want. Give them the Axe, or if you want on the waiting list for Master of Disguise. It is after 10. We've already auctioned one. I stopped on our auctions because King Crimson was like a major disappointment. We only had one bid on King Crimson. I had it stickered for like $75, or Paul marked it for like $75. That was a nice copy of King Crimson, and it only sold for $25. So I was kind of burned out on the auctions. But I'll take a quick pause, and we'll put up a nice near mint minus copy of Fleetwood Mac Mirage with the original inner sleeve. About a VG Plus cover, and that's a $20 start. Fleetwood Mac Mirage, $20 start. I didn't claim Lizzie Borden. You call my name for it. James Bragg got Low. James Bragg got Testament Low. Sorry if I said your name for Lizzie Borden. You did not. Brandon Jackson got Lizzie Borden, Master of Disguise. That was Brandon Jackson. Excuse me, not James Bragg. Brandon Jackson got Lizzie Borden, Master of Disguise. Jared Benoit says he wants the other 2 Lizzie Borden. So I will sell this Lizzie Borden to Jared Benoit, and Jared, I'll make sure you get the other ones, I think, right? Or let me know if you do want that one. Give them the Axe. That's Lizzie Borden. Ministry, Twitch, $39.99. Music on vinyl, Ministry Twitch, $39.99. Testament, The Legacy, $39.99. And LD50 by Mudvayne, $39.99. 2 LP. I thought this was out of print. Mudvayne, LD50, $39.99. And AC/DC. I was kind of disappointed. The stock photo for this had an obi. It had an obi. I was like, wow, a new Japanese pressing of AC/DC. There's no obi. It's yellow vinyl. It is yellow vinyl. It's $29.99. I don't think it's Japanese, though. It says made in the EU. But the stock photo had an obi. I got to send them an email and be like, hey, do y'all have these with obis? That would be amazing, especially for the price I was able to get this at and the price I can sell it to y'all at. So AC/DC is $29.99. Can you get Lizzie Borden visualized? We had it just a moment ago. We've already sold it. But I can get you on a waiting list. James Bragg on Legacy. So we'll give James Bragg this MOV Legacy. Martin Pryor on AC/DC. That is on yellow vinyl. And I haven't had that in a while, probably since it came out a couple years ago. It's been a while since I've had that in stock. I saw it in stock on yellow. I thought it was Japanese, but I don't know. $29.99. I don't think it is. It looks like a Euro press, Martin. But Martin did get that. And Monica, we've had Hailstorm before. We have them all back ordered. We have Hailstorm back ordered. We're basically waiting for more of those to come in. They're all back ordered. And Mudvayne. Well, y'all have pretty much bought every title in this crate except for 2. So if you missed this crate, You'll just have to tune back in properly on Wednesday when we get them all back in stock, because we have pretty much a waiting list for everything we had in there. So sorry for only having 1 or 2 copies of those. I'll have a lot more on Wednesday. Those are really good titles that I should probably have in stock anyway. So if we sold out of something, we'll have it back on Wednesday. Those are records I could definitely keep getting more of. Let's start from the very back, though. We still have Extreme left. Extreme Porno Graffiti, $39.99 for Extreme Porno Graffiti. And LA Guns Hollywood Raw, the original sessions, purple and black splatter vinyl. LA Guns is $33.99. If there's anybody new watching, see a lot of viewers on tonight, if you see anything you want, just comment like you see people doing. I'll recognize that you're a first-time buyer, and I'll give you some instructions. LA Guns, we have the new Neil Young box set, $199.99. I'm waiting for somebody to go ahead and claim this. If not, it's going to be open tonight. And like I said, I may open it, pull out Freedom, and I might sell the other ones individually as long as I can recoup most of my, at least, cost on it. $199.99 on Neil Young. Freddie Milford on Extreme. I hate to break up a box set, though. That's like, some people that probably they just cringe, like, oh no, breaking up a box set. But I've seen it happen before. I've seen people break up those Aussie box sets before, because a lot of those have never been reissued. Kind of, I wouldn't recommend that, but Extreme. 1 sold to Freddie Milford and 1 sold to Joe Barrios. Did I get Visual Lies? I believe so. Visual Lies. Let me take a peek over here in the crate. Lizzie Borden Visual Lies. Lizzie Borden Visual Lies went to, that was one of the few non-MOV titles. Lizzie Borden Visual Lies went to, let me try to find it in here. That went to Jared Benoit. Yes, Jared, you got the Lizzie Borden Visual Lies. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Ministry is not on colored vinyl. No, if you're checking any of these out on Discogs or anywhere, the colored limited editions on these are long out of print. And they're pretty pricey. These are now in print on black vinyl, $39.99. All the music on vinyl in here, most of those were black vinyl except for a couple. Joan Jett, Bad Reputation. This is sold to Brian Tyler. We have 1 copy left of Bad Reputation. We still have LA Guns 40 Licks, $89.99. LA Guns 40 Licks. And Testament, Souls of Black, $39.99. And Ministry Twitch. What will probably happen is I'll end up listening to the rest of these Neil Young albums and I'll like them, and I'll probably just end up keeping the whole box set. It would look nice on my shelf with the rest of my 50 Neil Young albums. Oh my gosh, he's got so much stuff. He has so much music. If y'all have never just got on Wikipedia and pulled up his discography or Discogs, oh my gosh, you could listen to Neil Young for the rest of your life and not hear everything. Ministry Twitch, he's probably recording or writing something right now. He's probably somewhere with a notepad in front of him writing something. Ministry, this is the last Ministry we have. Twitch, $39.99. I think when I pulled up iTunes, this had some of their top streaming stuff. $39.99. Testament, $39.99. Rolling Stones, 40 Licks was $89.99. Last copy of Bad Reputation, $29.99. There's Neil Young. The LA Guns is Hollywood Raw, $33.99. And Extreme, last copy of that, $39.99. Did I say LA Guns 40 clicks? 40 bangs. I don't know what I say sometimes. There's no telling what I'm liable to say. Edward is in on Fleetwood Mac at 20. Final call. I'm about to sell it as soon as I walk over here. I have a crate of new vintage arrivals. I'm trying to figure out what John and Paul have got his price for today. I may could do the crate Paul just brought up here. He just brought us a crate up here. I was going to take a quick peek in it and see what we had and work on these. Let's just do the crate Paul just brought up here. More new vintage and pre-owned arrivals. Jeffrey DeLong. Let's see here. Take pictures of your space to keep your collection. Well, it's kind of spread out in about 3 different places. I got records here, records where I used to live, records where I live now. They're kind of all over the place. That's why when I tell y'all I don't know what I own, I really don't. I need to make another collection video, though. As I add stuff to my collection, I'm going to go back and show you some stuff I already had to kind of show y'all what I collect and also stuff I'm looking for. But, yeah, I enjoyed making that video. So I hope that everybody watched that, and thank you for watching if you did. James Bragg wants Testament, Souls of Black. That's sold to James Bragg. Jeffrey DeLong wants Joan Jett. I grabbed Ministry, but he wanted Joan Jett, Bad Reputation. Let's pull that for Jeffrey DeLong. Jeffrey, I got that pulled for you. Bob Reiger needs to put back the LA Guns he got. We have Fleetwood Mac 20, 21, 22, 23, and 23 on that. And Sean Mankel wants on the waiting list for Testament Legacy. Sean, if you're a first-time buyer and if that's your first purchase with us, because we will get more of those in this week, thank you and welcome. Please make sure you message our page, Sean. Please make sure you message our page with your information. We need your email address and your mailing address. Retro Rips, everything, all of our new vinyl is always sticker price unless I have it on sale. I'm about to pull out some more stuff this week. Probably for tomorrow or Wednesday's show, I'm about to pull November and December's dates from last year for on sale. I usually stay 2 or 3 months ahead. Those will always be on sale. New vinyl's always on sale. New arrivals are sticker price. Now, later tonight, we'll go back through some crates that are best offer, meaning you can go ahead and buy them or you can make an offer on them. We'll do those later tonight. But right now, this is stuff that we just put out. This is just like if you walked into a record store and you walked up to a bin that said new arrivals and the store just opened. This is the equivalent to that. These were just put out. We have Vesper Years, $49.99. Colored vinyl, number 9 of 17. Vesper. Colored vinyl, $49.99. Years. We have Larry Coryell, European Impressions, $14.99 for Larry Coryell. European Impressions. Blind Faith, $24.99. Looks like it has a club sticker on the back. Yellow Atco label, very clean for $24.99. $24.99. Yes, Going for the One. Yes, Going for the One is $19.99. Going for the One. The Rolling Stones in concert. There's tonight's second black and white nudity. The Rolling Stones in concert. Colored? No, Oakland, 1969 unofficial, $74.99. Carol Puckett was all over that. That was fast. Sell that to Carol Puckett. $74. He probably saw that in the hot picture. By the way, Stephen Chesney, you are out on Fleetwood Mac. Edward Star Wars was first on that at $25. That's a final call. Anybody new watching, just claim whatever you see. It's a first come, first serve. Neil Young, American Stars and Bars, $24.99 on Neil Young. Led Zeppelin Coda, $44.99. Looks like it has the original inner sleeve. Very clean vinyl. $44.99 for Led Zeppelin Coda. Herbie Mann and the Bill Evans Trio, Nirvana, $19.99. The name of the album is Nirvana. It is not a Nirvana album that's called Herbie Mann and the Bill Evans Trio. That would be pretty wicked, an undiscovered Nirvana album. This is a Herbie Mann and Bill Evans Trio named Nirvana, $19.99. John Barleycorn Must Die, Traffic, $24.99. John Barleycorn Must Die, very clean vinyl. I see Sterling and the Dead Wax with LH. I wonder if that could mean Lee Holko. I bet it does. Great Traffic album. This is Gatefold. I love these two songs right here. Freedom Rider and Empty Pages. $24.99. Now, Matt Biggs put 27. I'm assuming Matt Biggs is bidding on Fleetwood Mac Mirage. If that's true, Matt Biggs is at $27. Fred Carnell wants Herbie Mann. That is sold to Fred Carnell. The best of the Dave Clark 5, UK import, $14.99. I'm glad all over. UK import on Dave Clark 5, $14.99. Dolo Coker? Dolo Coker, all alone. This is $16.99. $16.99. Aswad, Feelings, Give a Little Love. That's promo label, $9.99. Hope I said their name right. On the Mango label, 1988. Matt says he's bidding on Fleetwood Mac, and he's at $27. Ray Toss said, Who 26? Who 26? Not for sure what that translates to, but maybe he will let me know. The Worst of Jefferson Airplane, $24.99. The Worst of Jefferson Airplane. Rye Cooter, Bop Till You Drop, $17.99 on Rye Cooter. What do we have here? This is Wretched Libro de Verve. Libro de Moraille. I feel like I didn't say any of that correctly. It's on some wicked green-looking vinyl. Paul has on the back $24.99. 2015 yellow vinyl. James Bragg says, I'll take it. Ray Toss says he's bidding on the Who, $28. there is not a Who album up for bid. The album up for bid is Fleetwood Mac Mirage. It's a USOG. It's near mint minus with the original inner sleeve, and the high bid on that is $27. Edwards now at $28. This is a 12-inch single, Fred. This is a 12-inch single. It's got actually 4 tracks. It's got 4 tracks on it. 4 different tracks. $9.99. Choice cuts from Record Store Day 2010. $9.99. This is like a Record Store Day sampler. $9.99. Choice cuts 2010. Casino Roulette. Wow, they finally found this in the back. I remember seeing this back there months ago. I was waiting for one of them to price it. $19.99. It's missing the pieces, but I'm pretty sure this was a record that you could put on, and it like, you know, there's like the roulette board. And I think it actually came with the wheel or maybe dice or something. I'm not for sure. Paul just says it's missing pieces, but that's pretty interesting. I guess it's telling you how to play, or maybe, I don't know. Very interesting, though. It's like a roulette board and everything. $19.99. Very cool. Very interesting. Very interesting. They made a record about everything. There was no YouTube. If you wanted to learn how to play roulette, I guess you'd buy a book or go find a record. This was $19.99. Fred Carnell says he'll try a swad. Guess I was going to sell that. If I don't say that carefully, I might say something else. Final call on Edward. He is at 28 on Fleetwood Mac. Final call. John Abercrombie, characters. Incredible guitarist. $19.99. We have a note on the back that says incredible guitarist. This is $12.99. The artist is Christmas. The artist is Christmas. This is art, rock, punk, indie. Wow, they have everything. $12.99. The name of the album is In Excelsior Dayglow. That is a famous stamp on the front of that. I would like to find one of those. That's called the Inverted Genie. That's the rarest stamp that was ever made by the U.S. government. They sell for a lot of money if you can find one. $12.99 on that. Rod Stewart, Gasoline Alley. Rod Stewart is $19.99 for Gasoline Alley. That is a very good Rod Stewart album, and not only that, it's very clean, and that's the original Red Mercury label gatefold, $19.99. Craig Thomas says he's going to take some Christmas, and Craig, let's not mess up our Craigs here. Craig Thomas, the ones I usually get mixed up, they just commented back to back. Craig Thomas got Christmas. Craig Johnson got Rod Stewart. You got to watch these Craigs. There's about 9 of them watching right now, and they buy a lot of records. If you were named Craig, there's a good chance you're going to be into music and like records. Excuse me while I drink some Diet Mountain Dew. Edward Star Wars on guitar. Now, guitar was... Am I missing something there? We have John and the Night Riders, Surf Beat 80. Nikki 6. Paul has a sticker on the back that says Nikki 6. $19.99. Earth Music, the Youngbloods. The Youngbloods, $14.99. Youngbloods, $14.99. And we have a box set. It's the Marx Brothers. 3 hours, 59 minutes, and 51 seconds of the Marx Brothers. That's a 4 LP with catalog, $24.99. Edward, what was guitar? Was that the John Abercrombie, maybe? Fred Carnell. Forgot name. Oh, okay. You want the John Abercrombie, so give Edward Star Wars the John Abercrombie, yes. And Fred Carnell wants John and the Night Rider Surf Beat. That's so to Fred Carnell. We're also going to go ahead and end this auction for Fleetwood Mac. Edward Star Wars gets this for $28. Thank you, and that's our first auction. So second auction sold tonight, $28. I do have some Japanese stuff. It's going to be some stuff I think I've mostly went through before, but we're going to get them at low starts and hopefully send them to new homes tonight. Fred Carnell was the last claim there with Surf. Traffic, essentially Traffic. They listed all the artists by the catalog, but it's called Welcome to the Canteen. And it does include Steve Winwood and Dave Mason and Chris Wood. This is Traffic, Welcome to the Canteen, $19.99. And Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Rust Never Sleeps, $34.99. Hey, hey, my, Into the Black. Boy, that's nice. Boy, me and Paul's on the same wavelength. Extremely nice with lyric sheet. This is a top-looking copy. I mean, this is nice, and it's a great Neil Young. I love Hey Hey My Into the Black. $34.99. Todd Gold on Traffic. Todd, I think you've bought from us before, but if you're not and you are a first-time buyer, let me know. That's so to Todd, and John Leal wants Neil Young. Rust Never Sleeps. Sell that to John Leal. Jeff McMaster was second. Bill Wyman, Monkey Grip. Bill Wyman is $19.99. One of the original members of the Rolling Stones. Bill Wyman, or was a member of the Rolling Stones. Bill Wyman, $19.99. Cat Stevens, Teaser and the Firecat, extremely clean. Boy, we like those words. Extremely clean. Wow. Also see as much as I've studied Led Zeppelin Dead Wax in the last couple weeks, I immediately get attracted to the word Sterling or anything with LH on it like this, which possibly means Lee Holko, or if you see an RL for Rob Ludwig, you know those are going to be good. Denise, you were third, I believe, on Neil Young. And we have Rock and Roll Music to the World 10 years after. This is Rock and Roll Music 10 years after, $16.99. Okay, what was Denise? I'm assuming Neil Young was Neil Young. Let me know what CH was for. If CH is something still in here, let me know. Next is Craig Thomas, Record Store Day year. Craig, that was Record Store Day, April 17th, 2010. 2010 on that one. First time buyer, and I'd also like De La Soul and Yellow Vinyl. It's your lucky day. I've got about 200 of these in both colors. I would love to sell everybody watching a De La Soul right now. If anybody else wants one, let me know. We're going to go ahead and also tag this to Todd Gold. Todd, if you are a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page. We need a message with your email address and mailing address. The good thing is you're buying on Monday for the first time. That means you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, $7 in limited shipping, just like everybody else. So thank you. And CS, which is Cat Stevens, is sold to Matt Biggs. I put one of those on the other night. I listened to Teaser and the Firecat and his other classic album. That is called, the name's left me. But I listened to both those back to back the other night. I like Cat Stevens. West Side Story, the original soundtrack. West Side Story, $19.99 for West Side Story. We have Jesus Christ Superstar, $24.99. A very nice copy with book. It does look that way. I don't know where some of these records come from. If y'all are kind of new to Collectco, or if y'all didn't know this, we have a back room with probably at all times there's about 20 to 40,000 albums back there, probably more. It's not like we count them and we really know, and they've never been gone through. And of course, it's either John or Paul, sometimes me, sometimes it's John, sometimes it's Paul, but they show up every day. It's their job to dig through those, find records to put out, and we price them and sell them. Now, what's back there we don't know is because we buy so many collections. We have so many collections dropped off. We travel all over the country. We buy huge amounts of records. They're stored in the back, and we really don't know what we have until we're showing it. It's like we have no idea what's back there. So every night's a surprise for everybody. Yes, that's Traffic. Hair, American Tribal Love Rock Musical. Hair is $19.99. Hair, $19.99. Rod Stewart, his classic, Every Picture Tells a Story, $19.99. That's why you need to watch every night. We really don't know what we're going to put out. Sometimes we put out a hot picture about 3-4 hours before the sale of stuff we found back there. But it's pretty much like a magical place of unresearched records, and we don't know what we're going to sell until literally we're selling them. Exodus. This is another original soundtrack from the film Exodus. That is $14.99. Edward Starr Williams with Rod Stewart. Jerry, it wasn't that one. I like that album, but it's Teaser and the Firecat. Cat Stevens has two major albums, Teaser and the Firecat, and as soon as I hear the other one, I'm going to hate myself because I've listened to it a lot. T for the Tillerman. Thank you, Preston Rose. T for the Tillerman. This is $24.99, Ray Toth. Jesus Christ Superstar is $24.99. Ooh, John Lee Hooker, The Real Blues. $29.99. John Lee Hooker, The Real Blues. There is some writing on the front. $29.99. John Lee Hooker, The Real Blues. The Story of the Blues. This is EX $22.99. The Story of the Blues. EX $22.99. Blues and more blues. John Lee Hooker is sold to Thomas Hujar. Chris DeMoss, you were second. And the story of the blues will be claimed next, I guarantee it. The soundtrack to Born Free. Soundtrack to Born Free is EX $12.99. Webster, we have 3 different versions of De La Soul. We have it on magenta, yellow, and black vinyl, and they're all $39.99. This is the newest reissue of this. Before this was reissued back in April and May, this was a very desirable album and a very pricey album. Like, it was hard to find one for under $100. Now they're back in print. They're $39.99. I have 3 different colors available. $39.99 and then $7 shipping, but that is for all week. So if you just happen to buy one record, it's $7, but if you can buy 2, 3, 4 more throughout the week, it really helps you on shipping. EX $11.99. Jon Stewart, Bomb Away Dream Babies. Jon Stewart is EX $11.99. We have Sign something. This is EX $14.99. It's a mono promo. Another soundtrack, $14.99 on that. And Shaft, very cool. Shaft is on the original label, EX Condition, $27.99 for Shaft. That's on the original Enterprise. I told y'all the other night we had Shaft, we had that single, and we sold the stacks, and then we still had the Enterprise, and I was like, I think the Enterprise is the original. The Safaris play Wipeout, Point Panic, Waikiki Run, and Surfer Joe, VG $14.99. Carol Puckett says, if the Rolling Stones wasn't a double album, he needs to put it back. And Ray Toth wants the Jesus Christ Superstar. So Ray Toth gets Jesus Christ Superstar. We have Three Dog Night captured live, VG Plus $14.99 for Three Dog Night captured live, and RCOA Stereo Systems test record. An Stereo Systems test record, EX Condition, $12.99. Who Came First? This is a Pete Townsend debut solo album, EX $16.99. Next question was Story, a double album. Let's see, what was that? Story of the Blues. Tommy, yes, that was 2 LPs. Origin of Blues, Blues and Entertainment, the 30s, Urban and Rural Blues, and World War II and After. That's EX $22.99. And Sean, that was called The Story of the Blues. That's Columbia. Catalog number is G3008. If Tommy wants that, it's his. If not, it's sold to Sean. Tommy says he'll take it. So that's sold to Tommy Flowers. Jesus Christ Superstar before that was claimed by Ray Toth. The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. I Give You Fire. This is a VG minus, $9.99. Men at Work, Business as Usual. VG plus $17.99. And Hank Williams Jr., Habits Old and New. Habits Old and New. VG plus $16.99. VG plus $16.99. Test record. I must have missed that. Chris DeMoss wants the test record. Chris, I see test comments. I see that now. Usually people comment tests like they're testing their feed. I've got you down for the test record. That is sold to Chris DeMoss. And Gideon Whedon was first to Hank Williams Jr. Pete Mitchell, you were second. Shane Devers, you were third. Lots of people on that one. We got a lot. We got a lot more country. I actually have a whole crate of country over here. My mom went through a bunch of records the other day that was out in the bins, and she sorted. She pulled out all the Frank Sinatra. Here's what she told me. I don't like having our records in order because when we go back through crates, that way they're all mixed up. But she's here 6 days a week behind the counter ringing people up. And she said, people always come in here. They want to know where our Taylor Swift records are, our country records, our bluegrass records, our gospel records, and our Frank Sinatra records. And so she went through pretty much everything. She pulled out all the gospel, the Frank Sinatra, the bluegrass, and all that. And so we have it in a few crates. We keep it up front so when people ask, we can go right to it. Neil Young Zuma is still available. Yes, Neil Young Zuma is still available. I can find it. It was a VG Plus, I think a VG Plus $26.99. Here it is. With the original inner sleeve and lyric insert. Original inner sleeve and insert. VG Plus $24.99. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of... That's a request. When I was here at the store a lot, people would always be like, where's your gospel records? But... the problem is, you know, for us to take time to price and gospel records and clean them, there's not really much over $5, and so we have to get stuff ready for our Facebook sales, and so most of that just usually gets overlooked. So sorry, gospel record collectors. We usually just save all that and we put it out on our sidewalk for our dollar sales. So that's what happens. The stuff we have, it varies. Like some of the black gospel records can be very desirable. I sold a black gospel LP one time on eBay, sealed for a little over $800. Some of those can be very valuable. There's some pretty other obscure gospel stuff. There are some local followings, like what's the name of that one family? There's one family. Their stuff is pricey. We kind of know what to look for when it comes to valuable or desirable, but there's also a lot of just, there's a billion local kind of gospel people. You know, every maybe church or family had a record put out, and some of those you got to really find people who are looking for those. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next crate. If anybody wanted anything else in there again, let me know. We're going to go through everything very quickly tonight because I have 5 more crates to go through. Then we'll do a big recap. So Zuma is sold to Shakedown. Craig wants John Barleycorn. If anybody, if anybody else wants anything else in there, let me know. But yeah, we used to have a whole section of Soul Funko Blast. Yes, that's what everybody, we kind of know to look for those, the kind of the hybrid soul funk disco gospel. Those are really good to listen to. It's some amazing music out there. Some like local, just obscure, you know, black gospel that is just killer to listen to. So we have Journey Escape. Journey Escape is $19.99. Has the original inner sleeve. Very clean vinyl. Somebody needs to get that immediately. Can't Stop Believing. Don't Stop Believing. I was like, wait a minute, that don't sound right. Don't Stop Believing. $19.99. Rare polka. Well, if you're being serious, that's one of those rare requests we get sometimes. People's like, I'm looking for polka music. And I'm like, are you being serious? But I don't know. When people ask for that, I don't know if they're being serious or not. The Turtles' Greatest Hits, So Happy Together. $19.99. Dan Benedict wants Journey. That's sold to Dan Benedict. And we have Huey Lewis and New Sports. And Jerry Stone, I am working on getting the pre-order up for the green vinyl of that. $19.99. My mom says she'll make a polka crate. We have them back there. There's a lot of stuff we don't put out because it's, you know, not really a $10 record. You know, it's like, we usually everything on our shows, just because of cost and expenses, start at $10 and up. So sometimes it's kind of hard for me to mark a polka record for $15. So we usually just save that stuff for in-store or when we have dollar sales here. So sometimes if you ever see we're having a dollar sidewalk sale, it literally may be worth your time to drive or fly here to check out the store and check out our dollar, because we put a ton of $7, $8 records out on our sidewalks for $1 this last go around. What do we have here? Mano Negra. I was almost about to say there's some more nudity, but this is Puta's Fever, featuring King Kong 5, Madhouse, The Rebel Spell, and Rock and Roll Band. This is $39.99 from 1989. $39.99. There are a lot of sirens going by the store. Boy, he was going fast. Sometimes they go by and it's just a blur, right, Seth? Tanner, I don't know. Let's send a message to Tanner and figure out where he is. I hope he hadn't fell asleep. He told me he was absolutely exhausted. Seth would like to be relieved. He's been tagging. Seth said he would like to eat. I have a lack of water. That's what I'm getting right now. Here comes another police cruiser doing about 95 miles an hour. Okay. The Grassroots, their 16 greatest hits, $14.99. I recommend. I love the Grassroots, $14.99. Make sure, let me get back on track here with our comments. We have, this is sold to Craig Thomas. Thank you, Craig. That's sold to Craig. We have Grassroots 16 greatest hits. Also, Elvis Presley, King Creole. This is sealed from 1980. Of course, this record originally came out in what, 57, 58, 58? King Creole, this is sealed from 1980. It's a sealed copy, reissue, $29.99. Elvis, King Creole. Billy Joe Royal, the Royal Treatment, that's $9.99. It's got 2 clip corners. It does have the hype sticker and a gold stamp promo, $9.99. Lee Ritenour, Earth Run, $9.99 for Lee Ritenour, Earth Run. J. McShawn, The Last of the Blue Devils, $19.99. Is Elvis in mono? Elvis is in, no, it's reprocessed stereo to mono. That is Cat Stevens, Very Young and Early Songs, $19.99. Cat Stevens, Very Early and Young Songs, $19.99. I don't know if they were reissuing mono records in the, I don't know if they reissued those in mono in the 80s like that. They may have, though. Tommy the Who, $34.99 for the classic Who album Tommy, $34.99. Lloyd Price, the ABC collection, that is sealed, $19.99. And George Benson, Breezin'. George Benson is $9.99, Breezin'. Bill Medley, 100%, $9.99 for Bill Medley. Edgar Winter's White Trash is $19.99. Robert Gordon with Link Ray, $19.99. This is in shrink wrap. Robert Gordon with Link Ray, $19.99. Peter Cetera, Solitude Solitaire, $14.99 for Peter Cetera, Solitude Solitaire. The Eagles, The Long Run, $19.99 for Eagles, The Long Run, $19.99. America, that's their self-titled album, $19.99. Burbank label, very clean. I've Been Through the Desert on a Horse with No Name. Joe Beck, Watch the Time. Joe Beck is $9.99. And Alabama, Feel So Right, $9.99. J.J. Barnes and Steve Mancha, that is $64.99. It does have some cover damage, $64.99. Let me get some auctions rolling. I don't really have a lot of stuff set aside to auction tonight, so I'm just going to pull out some other random stuff, and we're going to put it up for auction just to keep the auction block interesting back here, just to keep it interesting. And let's see what we have here. I see a Stone Temple Pilots, and I see, well, I'll put it up for auction. I kind of hate to, just in case it doesn't get the activity I need. But this looks like a really nice copy of Rubber Soul. Rubber Soul is a Green Target Capital label. Super nice vinyl. $25 start and a really nice jacket. Rubber Soul has an 18 back here as the R next to the RIA symbol. Very nice jacket. That's a stereo press. Rubber Soul, $25 start. Next is going to be Stone Temple Pilots. This is on the Walmart exclusive blue splatter vinyl. $15 start. $15 start. This has Vaseline and what else is on here? Big Empty. This is $15 start for STP Purple. STP Purple on blue and white splatter vinyl. All right, next new comment was Edward Star Wars on AM. That was America, sold to Edward Star Wars. I have not seen any Irma Thomas. No, Robert Gordon is sold to Ian. Thomas Bowman wants the Grassroots. We have a bid on STP, and we have a claim for Alabama, Denise Harrison. I don't have any new 45s ready for tonight. No new ones tonight. Well, let me take that back. Paul's got some punk and hardcore stuff. I can show a few of those in just a second. There's also some indie records in here. So, yeah, I do have a few more punk and hardcore records. This one looks like a big marijuana leaf. It looks like something y'all would be into. So, I'll show that in just a second. I mean, it's literally, it looks like it's a picture disc or something. We have Johnny Nash, My Merry-Go-Round. Johnny Nash is $9.99. STP 15, 20, 25, 17. Jason's at 25 on the Beatles. Herb Albert, Rise, $14.99. Herb Albert, Rise. I like that one. You got Whipped Cream and Under the Light, and then you got Rise. Rise is very good. The Platters, that looks like an early one, $19.99. The Platters, $19.99. And we have John Hartford, Mark Twain. Twain, T-W-A-I-N-G. John Hartford, $24.99 with a big riverboat steamboat on there. Or I guess a riverboat. Steamboat, same thing. Paddle boat. That looks like a paddle on the back of that one. Okay. 25 on the Beatles. I do have the STP new in stock, yes. I'll show it in just a second. I think they're $29 or $31.99. This blue Walmart splatter vinyl is at $25 with Craig Thomas. Jason Fortenrat's at $25 on the Beatles. Dave Plunkett on JH. Johnny Nash, that sold to Dave Plunkett. Ray Toth said he'll take the platters. That sold to Ray Toth. Todd's at $28 on Rubber Soul. And we have Big Joe Williams, $19.99. Big Joe Williams. Let me show a few new 45s here. Now, I said punk hardcore. He also said there was some indie and some other stuff in here. So, unless he has the genre marked, I really don't know. But I like the artwork on this one. It's pretty cool. Lords of Light. Lords of Light, $4.99. Lords of Light. Now, if you need any other additional information, let me know. Well, that's like a full album. 2, 4. Is those all? That's a lot of music. Side A's. That's like a full album, it looks like. $4.99. Unless they're really short songs, which they may be. Lower Walk-On Heads. Lower Walk-On Heads. $5.99. That looks like a 4-track. Lower Walk-On Heads. Lungs, spelt with a V, LVNGS, Sinking Ships, and the B-side is 2. Blue Vinyl, this is post-punk, VG Plus $9.99. Brad Marino, 4-track Attack. Brad Marino is on Blue Vinyl, $6.99. And this is $49.99. It is called interesting. I can't make that out. It's $49.99, but it also includes stickers and patch. But this is a record. Let me see what's going on here. Leaf, toke, maybe. Very interesting. It's single-sided. Let me make sure it wasn't scented. I don't think it is. Toke. Look, stickers. I think Jeff McMaster wants it. He said leaf. Ozzy would call it sweet leaf. Okay. Just imagine him coughing. All right. Okay. Earlier I tagged Johnny. Dave Plunkett put JH, and I think I said Johnny Nash. He meant John Hartford. So there's a Dave Plunkett record over there tagged Johnny Nash, or other way around. There's a Johnny Nash record tagged Dave Plunkett. It's supposed to be John Hartford. I've got that fixed. Todd's at 28 on Rubber Soul. Jason's at 29. STP 26. Craig's at 30. STP 31. STP 35. Jeff McMaster wants the Leaf or Toke. 37 on STP. And we have Brandon Jackson on Lords of Light. Brandon Jackson on Lords of Light. And 30 on Todd Gould's The Beatles. Yes, those are also. Johnny Nash is going back in the bin. Excuse me. All right, so that leaves Lower Walk-On Heads, Lungs, Sinking Ships, and Brad Marino, if anybody wants those. I'm going to put those, I'm going to start a pile of non-claimed 45s, so maybe we can go back through those later tonight. I've got an entire box of stuff like that to go through. I'll do them a little bit at a time, 4 and 5 here and there. We have Crazy Water Barn Dance, $19.99, and Flashback, The Best of Jay Giles Band, $19.99. The Best of Jay Giles Band, $19.99. That has all their hits on it. I also want to update everybody on our auctions. Todd Gould has the Beatles Rubber Soul. Very clean copy for $30. That's a yellow cap, or excuse me, green capital label. Very nice jacket, stereo press of a fantastic Beatles album. Tom Gould's at $30. And then a fantastic Stone Temple Pilots album. Blue Walmart splatter vinyl. John Howard is the high bidder at $37. $37 to John Howard. That's where we're at. Leslie Holt wants Jay Giles. Leslie Holt gets the Jay Giles. We have Dobie Gray, Midnight Diamond. Dobie Gray is $14.99. The Best of Uriah Heep is $19.99. The Best of Uriah Heep. Changes, David Bowie. I just ordered some new copies of this. This is a Black Label Near Mint Minus copy of Changes, David Bowie, which is like a greatest hits. $34.99. Ground Control to Major Tom. John, I'm Only Dancing. Changes. Ziggy Stardust, Suffragette City, Gene Giddy, Diamond Dogs, and then it gets really good. Young Americans Fame and Golden Years, $34.99. Craig Johnson's at 40 on STP. Lee Oscar is $19.99. Lee Oscar was in a band called War. That is $19.99. Lee Oscar. Emmylou Harris, Roses in the Snow, $14.99. Dobie Gray does not have Drift Away. No, it doesn't. Orleans featuring John Hall, Before the Dance. I've never seen that Orleans album. $14.99 for Before the Dance. Elvis, Blue Hawaii. Now this one has I Can't Help Falling in Love on it. This is sealed, $29.99. Sealed. Leslie's in on Rubber Soul at 31. So new bids on both of our auctions. STP's at 40, Rubber Soul's at 31. Fred Carnell is first on Changes. Fred Carnell first on Changes. 12-inch single, David Bowie, Fashion, $14.99 for David Bowie Fashion. Denise Williams, So Glad I Know. That is a full album? Full album. $9.99. Usually her stuff is just 12-inch singles. Eli Reed, Paperboy. Come and get it. Paperboy is from 2010 and it is sealed. $39.99. John Lill wants the Fashion 12-inch single. Also David Bowie. And we have Get It Together, a collection of the best rock music by today's best. Well, I misread that. It looks like a compilation. This is $19.99. I see Sunshine of Your Love, Grassroots, The Guess Who, Jefferson Airplane, Steppenwolf, Vanilla Fudge, Bob O'Reilly. This is all RCA artists, Monkeys. Very good. Music Explosion, Little Bit of Soul, $19.99. Tanner is here. Seth is relieved. He is smiling. Seth has not ate. He usually eats as soon as he gets here. He was waiting until Tanner got here. Seth is hungry. He had a stressful day yesterday, everybody. He went and got engaged. Now that's stressful, right, Seth? He says the whole week was stressful waiting for it. $14.99. The Best of Merle Haggard. $14.99. The Best of Merle Haggard. Okay, we need to do a final call on our auctions. If no one has said out, but if you're done bidding on STP, please let me know because I'm about to sell it to Craig for 40 and I'm about to give Leslie Holt Rubber Soul for 31. Those are final calls. Mary Martin, this is The Sound of Music. Sound of Music, $19.99. That is the original Broadway cast, $19.99. Chase Ania, maybe? Chase is $16.99. And we have Elvis Girl Happy. That is sealed from 1977, $29.99. Do you still got the 4 Aussie puzzles, and did you get my info? I do have Aussie puzzles, and I don't know if I have your info or not. Did you make a purchase last week? If you did, and you've sent us a message, I'm sure we have it. Roger Monk. Roger Monk. But if that's your first purchase, yes, I still have all 4 Aussie puzzles. Dub Narcotic Disco Plate. I don't know what this is. Dub Narcotic Disco. We got a few more 45s here. $9.99. The Positive State Majority Rural Merger. Partners and Profit. EX $19.99 with inserts. Partners and Profit. Mala Leche. Mala Lech. Something like that. $5.99. Mankled maybe, $4.99. And Malfaction, $4.99. Boy, that's a brutal picture on the back. Malfaction, Mankled, Mala Leche, Partners in Profit, and Dub Narcotic. There's probably somebody looking some of those up to figure out what kind of music that is. Those are all available. All right, let's end these auctions. Leslie gets Rubber Soul for $31. Leslie gets Rubber Soul for $31. And Stone Temple Pilots is sold to Craig Johnson for $40. Those are both sold and sold. Did you need a tag on that from earlier? This one here, Seth? If so, I can look that up later. Okay, just making sure. Alan Narcotic. Sorry, Alan. Alan Havilone wants Dub Narcotic. Sorry. And then Denise Harrison wants Elvis Girl Happy. That's so to Denise Harrison. So let me put out Elvis first to Denise so I can put the 45 on that. And there we have it. If anybody wants any more of those or if you're looking them up, They're right over here. Those were all tagged today. I'll do some more in just a second. All right, we have David Bowie. Wow, shrink wrap and hype sticker. This is $39.99. David Bowie, Never Let Me Down, featuring day in, day out, Time Will Crawl, and Never Let Me Down. Shrink wrap and hype sticker, $39.99. Hank Williams, $19.99. Hank Williams Sr., $19.99. Gene Autry is $9.99. You Are My Sunshine. The Winter Consort Road is $14.99. The Secret Life of Harper's Bazaar, $19.99. Sister Sledge, We Are Family, $9.99. And Elvis, Legendary Performer Volume 4, that is sealed for $24.99. $24.99 on that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab one of our next crates of vintage. I'm not going to go back through that one unless somebody really wants to see something else. I can pull it. In the meantime, I'm going to go through our next crate of new vintage arrivals and see what we have here. New vintage arrivals, and we'll see what we have here. I'm going to go ahead and I want to do a quick flip through all of them and see kind of what's left, since I hadn't got to look at any of them. I think we got some more check condition stuff that I'm going to do next. We love new vintage check condition. Yep, let's do this crate. Let me take a quick peek at it. Surprise, wow. Yep, there's a couple things in here some people's asked about recently, so let's see what well, I hadn't took that one off the table yet. Let me do that right quick. And set this right over here. Jeremiah Lewis wants David Bowie. Peter Frampton plays guitar. And Denise Harrison on Elvis. Those are both sold. All right, I'm going to set this right here so I can go through our next crate. We've been through all the new vinyl for tonight. I'm also going to pull out a couple more things to put up for auction. And, of course, I've got new vintage arrivals. So here's the agenda for tonight. I'll be running some more auctions. We've got, counting this one, 4 more crates of vintage to go through. This is Edward Star Wars for $28. This Fleetwood Mac I'm laying right up here. And we have 4 crates of new vintage arrivals. We have 45s to go through. A lot of odd and obscure stuff in that department. And I'll be figuring out what we can auction next. Let me go over here to this crate. We sold a copy of this earlier tonight. Here's another copy. This one is also very nice. It has the original inner sleeve, very nice vinyl. This one has about a VG Plus cover, just a little bit of sign of wear, but we just sold one of these earlier tonight. My, Hey, Hey, Out of the Blue. This is Neil Young and Crazy Horse. That's a $25 start. New vintage arrivals. Billy Joel, the Nylon Curtain. VG Plus, $9.99 for Billy Joel, the Nylon Curtain. God Bless Tiny Tim, VG Plus, $22.99. God Bless Tiny Tim. Jethro Tull Storm Watch EX condition $17.99. Holly in the Hills, Buddy Holly, VG Plus $29.99, 65 mono. I don't know if I've seen that one before. Holly in the Hills, Buddy Holly. That is sold to John Young. I don't know if I'd ever seen that one before. Cool and the Gang Emergency EX $12.99, EX $20.99. Neil Young is a $25 start, and we have expansions. Lonnie Liston Smith and the Cosmic Echoes. Lonnie Liston Smith and the Cosmic Echoes. VG Plus, $34.99. Ted Stevens wants Tiny Tim. That's sold to Ted Stevens. Alan Hevalone on the 45 and Denise Harrison on Elvis. Amazing Rhythm Aces, Stack Deck, EX $12.99. And Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline. That's a VG copy for $14.99. That's on the original label. Paul T on LLS. That was Lonnie Liston Smith. Sold to Paul T. Journey, Evolution, an EX copy, $17.99. EX copy, $17.99. This is a 12-inch single from Atlantic, VG Plus, $29.99. Everything But the Girl, Missing, includes promo-only mix by CL McSpadden, and the already classic mixes by Todd Terry and Chris and James. That's sold to John Leal, Missing. Spotlight on Jackie Wilson, VG copy, $14.99. VG copy $14.99. Leslie was second to that record. Looking for a $25 start on Neil Young? No bids yet, unless Denise was bidding. Denise, if you're bidding on the auction, put NY25 and I'll know you're bidding. Billy Swan, I Can Help, EX $9.99. Alan Hevalone on Jackie Wilson. That's sold to Alan Hevalone. The Buddy Holly Story is VG Plus $24.99. And Jazz Spectacular. Frankie Lane and Buck Clayton, Jazz Spectacular. 65 Columbia 6i Mono, VG Plus $14.99. Foreigner, their self-titled debut, that's a VG copy for $9.99. Back Here on Earth, Gordon Lightfoot. That's an EX copy for $17.99. Let's see what we can auction out of here. How about a Stevie Ray Vaughan? I think I showed this the other night, maybe last night, late Saturday. Let's put it up for auction. This is Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble, Soul to Soul. It's about a VG or VG Plus jacket. Does show some signs of wear, a little bit of corner rub. The vinyl, though, is super clean. EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. Just a $35 start on that. That's Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul to Soul. $35 start on that. There's a Lightfoot album we don't get too often. David Bowie Tonight, VG copy $14.99. VG copy $14.99. Jimmy Buffett, Changes in Latitudes, VG Plus $14.99. This one has Margaritaville on it. Jimmy Buffett, VG Plus $14.99. Greg Allman, Laid Back, is VG Plus $19.99. And ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2, VG Plus $14.99. ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2. We have bids on both auctions. Neil Young $25, Stevie Ray Vaughan $35. Allman Brothers, Idlewild South, EX $32.99. Great album, has Midnight Rider on it. EX $32.99 on that. So Greg Allman and the Allman Brothers. Eric Clapton 461 Ocean Boulevard is a VG $14.99. Thomas Hujar wants Greg Allman. That's sold to Thomas Hujar. The Who, Magic Bus, VG Plus condition, $26.99. Original Decca label, VG Plus condition, $26.99. Sherry Darnell wants the Allman Brothers. Sherry first of the Allman Brothers. Joe Walsh, Barnstorm, VG $9.99. And Willie Nelson, Redheaded Stranger, a VG copy for $12.99. John Young first on MB, which is Magic Bus. Pamela was second. Mark Lent wants Jazz, and that was this one probably earlier, which was Jazz Spectacular with Frankie Lane and Buck Clayton. That's sold to Mark Lent. Gideon Whedon first on Willie Nelson. Final call on both of these auctions, $25 and $35. We're about to sell both of them. Dan Benedict, you were second on Willie Nelson. Hugh Muscella, Trumpet Africaine, the new beat from South Africa, in shrink wrap, VG Plus $29.99. Hugh Muscala, one of the two. Harry Nilsson, don't know how to say that, but it's Harry Nilsson. VG Plus $12.99. Brian C. on Eric Clapton. That's sold to Brian C. Led Zeppelin 3. This is an SP press specialty. VG $22.99. $22.99. Led Zeppelin 3. It's a 5-digit. That is VG $22.99. Does it have Don't Go Lose It Baby on Hugh Muscella? I do not see that one on here. No, sir, not on here. Shane Devers first to Led Zeppelin. Wow. Was it Shane? Shane got a deal on Stevie Ray Vaughan. Second steel auction of the night. $35 on Stevie Ray Vaughan. And Neil Young is sold for $25 to Denise Harrison. Those are both sold and sold. I'll put up two new auctions in just a second. J.J. Cale is a VG $24.99. And everything's Archie. The Archies. This is a VG $14.99. VG $14.99. Give it to Dave. I think Dave was just helping me pronounce it. Mascala. I think he was just helping me pronounce it, which I don't know if that helped too much, Dave, but I appreciate your effort. I'll probably keep saying Hugh Muscala. All right. I've got some Japanese stuff that I think I've shown before. I'm going to run them one more time and try to get them sold before I start pulling other auctions. And I think last time, I don't know what I had these for, but we're going to start on this time for just $25 starts. Just $25 starts on these. Huey Lewis and the News 4 and the Monkees Golden Story. So $25 and $25. $25, $25. Starting bid, Near Mint Pristine, Huey Lewis and the News and the 4. And this is a 2 LP. If you're looking for a Monkees compilation, very cool here. Japanese pressing, unique to Japan. The title, the cover, it has an Obi 2 LP with insert. Those are $25 starts. Huey Lewis and the News 4 and the Monkees Golden Story. REO Speedwagon, you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. VG $9.99. This has Time for Me to Fly and Roll with the Changes on it. And that is VG $9.99. Delaney and Bonnie, Home. That's EX $19.99. Delaney and Bonnie, Home. How much and which J.J. Cale? That was called Okie, O-K-I-E. That's a VG copy for $24.99. Jeffrey DeLong wants REO Speedwagon. And Edward Star Wars says he'll take the Neil Young box set if it's still available. It is still available. Let me get to that. Let me set this crate of vintage down. There was our second crate of vintage we went through. And here was one of our first crates of new vinyl. And Neil Young box set still available. This is Neil Young official releases. Disc 22, 23. The reason 23 has a plus, is because it's an expanded Ragged Glory 24 and 25. So that is sold. All right, I may have missed some stuff up before that. I did. Thomas Hujar was first to J.J. Kell. Up before all that, he claimed J.J. Kell. So let's give Thomas Hujar J.J. Kell. Jeff McIntosh wants the Archies. And then Edward got the Neil Young box, which I've already laid down there. Dan, so J.J. Kell has already claimed. And then we've already pulled REO Speedwagon. Jeff, I got you for the Archies. Thanks, everybody. I missed those earlier comments, but we got it situated now. Bob Dylan. This one's just called Dylan. That's the name of this album. EX Condition. $32.99 on Bob Dylan. The Outlaws, Lady in Waiting. VG Plus $14.99 on The Outlaws. Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison. VG Plus $24.99. Susan wrote her name right on his left cheek. But that is the original label, VG Plus condition. At Folsom Prison, Johnny Cash, VG Plus $24.99. Another Rust Never Sleeps, our third one tonight. VG Plus condition, $24.99. We've sold a $34.99er. We've sold a $25 one at auction, and now this one's getting a penny cheaper at $24.99. Neil Young. Who wants it? Let me go over here and pull out a couple new auctions as well. We'll put a couple new auctions up. Let's see here. Can't believe no one's claimed either one of these. I need to get somebody bought in on Blind Faith, and I can't believe there's an Aerosmith album still laying around, so we'll put it up for auction. All right, let's do buy it nows on these. Bill Toe, you came in at a perfect time. Bill Toe gets the Monkeys for $25. That's a buy it now sold to him. If anybody wants Huey Lewis, it's a $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now. Okay, next auctions. Aerosmith Live Bootleg, VG Plus condition, $15 start. Not a bad VG Plus. That's live Aerosmith. That isn't official. I know it looks just like a bootleg. That's what they called it. Bootleg. Aerosmith Live Bootleg. VG Plus, $15. And Blind Faith. This is VG Plus condition. This is a great album. Had to Cry Today. You got Steve Winwood, Eric Clapton, Can't Find My Way Home, Presence of the Lord, Yellow Atco label, Sea of Joy. This is a $15 start. Blind Faith. Both are in VG Plus condition. King Crimson's already gone, and whoever bought that got a steal. I think we had that marked for like $75, and it sold for $25 at auction. It's gone, though. And Denise wanted REO. Denise, that's already claimed. Let me show a few more 7-inch. Yes, I got a bunch to go through. I need to start doing those more often. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A few more bonus, or a few more 45s here. Carp. Member US. We Tear Apart. Sometimes, this is $34.99. Sometimes I don't know what these are. I'm just going to read whatever I see. This is Carp. $34.99. X. Green vinyl. The artist is Judd. $19.99. Judd. $19.99. That's on green vinyl. No Less. $9.99. No Less. Falco and the Panther Burns. Falco and the Panther Burns from 1998. That's $14.99. And No for an Answer. You Laugh EP. 1988 press with insert, $24.99. No for an Answer. You Laugh EP, $24.99. Okay. Leslie's at $15 on Aerosmith. I don't think it has a poster. Let me check. No poster. We would normally mark that. Yeah, no poster with Aerosmith. John Mincemoyer wants No Less. This is so to John Mincemoyer. Blind Faith is at $15. Brandon Jackson wants Tab Falco. And we have Sean says NOFA. He says cancel the No For. Okay, so No for an Answer. Those are there. Okay, so we have No for an Answer, Judd, and Carp. Those are all still available. $34.19 and $24.99 on those. If anybody wants them, they're right over here. Roger Monk says he wants one each of all the Aussie puzzles, and he's already sent us a message. Let me go ahead and pull those right now because we may have somebody else that wants at least one of them, or they might want the whole set like he's buying. So in stock, we have Aussie puzzles. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Blizzard of Oz, Bark of the Moon, Diary of a Madman, and Ultimate Sin. These are $24.99. They're 500-piece puzzles. They're from the UK called Rock Saws. They're $24.99 each. We have them all in stock. Roger Monk says he wants one each, and he's already sent us a message. Thank you, Roger. These are all sold to you. If anybody else wants Ultimate Sin, I think that is our best seller. That's the one we have the few left of. Diary of a Madman, Bark at the Moon with the UK colors, and, of course, his debut album, Blizzard of Oz, Crazy Chain. Those are all sold. Final call, 15 and 15 on both these auctions. Donnie Iris, back on the streets. This has the hit song, Aaliyah. VG Plus, $14.99 for Donnie Iris. Neil Young, Comes the Time. EX Condition, $32.99. Jackson Brown, Running on Empty. EX Condition, $14.99. John, we already have a $15 bid on Blind Faith. Now we have a $17 bid. So Blind Faith is getting bids. We have a final call now on Aerosmith, though, at $15. Jeffrey DeLong wants the Donnie Iris. That's so to Jeffrey DeLong. And James Bragg wants a Blizzard of Oz puzzle. James, I will get you one of those. Bad Company, VG copy. This is just $9.99. Bad Company, Bad Company, Bad Company. Name of the album, name of the band, name of the first song. VG, $9.99. Blind Faith is now at $20 with John Smetzer. Tom Petty, Hypnotic Eye. I have Highway Companion, Into the Great Wide Open, Get Let Me Up, most of his other classic albums, and I do have a copy of Wow, it's your lucky day. It's been here since October 24th of last year. It's $31.99. I bet this thing's out of print right now, isn't it? I haven't had that in a long time. $31.99 if you want that Dan Benedict. Bob's out on Blind Faith. Dan says he'll take it, and I think that's the only copy I have. I do have other Tom Petty albums in stock, including some of his later catalog. That's so to Dan Benedict. The Who, Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy. EX Condition, $17.99. Skin and Bone, this is a Savoy Brown album we don't see as often. EX, $17.99. Todd Rundgren Todd, EX, $24.99. Bryan Adams, Reckless, EX, $17.99. And the best of Jimmy Reed, VG Plus, $39.99. VG Plus, $39.99. No, it does not have a VJ inner sleeve with it. Aerosmith is sold to Leslie Holt for $15. Blind Faith is now on a final call. John Smetzer has that for $20. I will read the titles that's left in here just one more time, and then I'm going to grab a new crate. We have The Best of Jimmy Reed, Bryan Adams Reckless, Todd Rundgren Todd, Savoy Brown Skin and Bone, The Who, Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy, Bad Company self-titled, Jackson Brown Running on Empty, Neil Young Comes the Time, Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Russ Never Sleeps, Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison, Outlaws, Lady in Waiting, Bob Dylan, Delaney and Bonnie Home, Hugh Muscala, I think it's Muscala, Trumpet, Africane, Harry Nilsson, Joe Walsh Barnstorm, ABBA's Greatest Hits, Jimmy Buffett still available, David Bowie Tonight, Gordon Lightfoot, Back Here on Earth, Foreigner self-titled debut, The Buddy Holly Story, Billy Swan, Journey, Bob Dylan, Amazing Rhythm Bassist, Cool and the Gang, Jethro Tull, and Billy Joel. All right, Chad, does the No For Answer have a white or silver center label? I will check on that right now. Do you have Soul Asylum Grave Dancers Union? We do. It's over there in the S's. I put a lot of records in alphabetical order on Saturday night. What I plan on doing is making a very lengthy video after all of our new vinyls in stock. So this is what you said. No For an Answer, right? Yes. This has a, I guess, silver. That looks silver to me. Silver. And it has like a picture of a shot of the band on the back. That's a 1988 press with the insert, $24.99. All right, let's go ahead and sell Blind Faith to John Smetzer for $20. Sean, if you decide you want that, you've got dibs. Let me grab another 3 or 4 545s and see what we have here. This is $11.99. Arcade Fire on clear vinyl. Arcade Fire, that's on clear vinyl, $11.99. The Hives, Hate to Say I Told You So, gold translucent vinyl, The Hives, $24.99. Astro Fang on pink vinyl, $5.99. Alone in a Crowd, that's $14.99. Alone in a Crowd, $14.99. Anti-Heroes versus Dropkick Murphys. TKO Records presents the 1998 American Street Punk title debut. Wow, that's pretty cool. 1999 from 1998. Soul Asylum. Let me grab those right over here in the S's because somebody else might want one. I'll go ahead and add one to the new arrivals crates. And I believe this is limited and colored for music on vinyl. Soul Asylum is $39.99. $39.99. It is a music on vinyl. That is Soul Asylum, Grave Dancers Union, 30th Anniversary Edition. Limited and numbered on gold vinyl. Multi-platinum album featuring Somebody to Shove, Black and Gold, and the Grammy Award-winning single Runaway Train. Soul Asylum, Grave Dancers Union. That is $39.99. That's sold to Jamie Butler. Now on the 45s, Arcade Fire is sold to Jason Fornerat. Jeffrey DeLong wants Billy Swan. That was in here in the LP bin. Billy Swan is right here, I think. Yes, that is sold to Jeffrey DeLong. Please show the Alone. That was Alone in the Crowd. Okay, give me 1 second on that one. Astro Fang, we'll go ahead and tag that to Craig Thomas. And Trumpet African Price. Well, David Hugh asked the price on it. If he doesn't claim it, then Dave Plunkett said he'll take it. Let me find it. And that was, well, I've misplaced it. He's hiding. There it is. Hugh Muscala. This is VG Plus $29.99. It's in shrink wrap. There is a tear in the shrink wrap, but it is in shrink wrap. Red Mercury label, VG Plus, $29.99. David, if you don't want that, it's sold to Dave Plunkett. So either sold to David or Dave. Alone in a Crowd is a 2004 press with insert, and that was $14.99. There's the insert and the vinyl. Is there anybody there? Commitment. Who you know when tigers fight. That's the 4 tracks. Has an image on the back of the label. And Contrast Records. Contrast Records. All right, some interesting stuff here now. We're all over the place. We're all over the place. David says he'll take it. That's so to David Hugh. If anybody else wants a Grave Dancers Union, let me know. So that leaves the Hives, Anti-Heroes versus Dropkick Murphys, and Lone in the Crown. Sean said he already has that one. No problem. We are officially 1/4 through that crate. I'll do some more in just a second. Let me go ahead and put up a new crate of vintage, new arrivals, and we'll put up a crate, or we'll put up some new auctions as well. Put up some new auctions as well. What was the last crate I showed? Was it this one? Men at Work, Safaris, Born Free? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do some condensing. Free up a few crates here and save me some space. Do that right quick. And new arrivals. Let's see what we have here. Let's go through this one. Let's go through this one. See what's in here. I have no idea. I know we have 3 more full crates left for sure, though. 3 more full crates left for sure. Alrighty. And auctions. I've been digging through vintage bins, finding auctions. So let's see what we have here. Jimi Hendrix and Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits. Wow. All right. I think we listened to this the other night. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. Let me see if it's the same label. Yes, I know we listened to this the other night. Sounds great. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. It has the original reprise inner sleeve. $15 start. No condition notes. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. $15 start. Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits. This is I don't have a year on it, but it's a reissue. We've listened to this multiple times. $15 start. $15 start. 2 LP, Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits, $15. Denise Williams. Nicey. Denise Williams, $9.99. Dwight David Eisenhower, that is sealed from 1969. Has an original price tag on it. $19.99 for the Dwight Eisenhower. President Eisenhower, General Eisenhower. Loretta Lynn, Conway Twitty, $9.99. And Pure Prairie League Just Fly, $14.99. No poster with Hendrix. No poster with Hendrix. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, The Good Earth, $14.99. That's one of the hardest inserts to find, is the poster with Smash Hits. I've only ever seen 1, maybe 2 out of hundreds, if not thousands, we've had. Sorry, I was taking a drink of water. If the sound went awfully quiet. We have Mind Games, John Lennon, $24.99 for Mind Games, John Lennon. And back in Bean's bag, Coleman Hawkins and Clark Terry, $9.99. It's Hendrix and OG or issue. Well, it's not a, well, let me clarify what you mean by that. Are you wanting to know, is it an original first 1969 press? I don't know. It's not nothing. It is not a new pressing, though. That should be the original label. So just I want to clarify when someone asks OG, if you're asking like first off the stamper, or if you're asking like, is it not 180 gram? This is not a new copy by no means. No, that's if anything, it's early 70s. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. I forgot when that exactly came out. I think it was in the 60s originally, though. So Brian Ligon bid 15, Foo Fighters 15, 17, 20, 21, and 23 on the Foo Fighters. Jim Weatherly, $9.99. John Anderson, All the People Are Talking. John Anderson is $14.99. The Doobie Brothers, Minute by Minute, $14.99. And the Frank Sinatra Story is a 1958 6-eye, $24.99. Early's Columbia label, 2LP gatefold, $24.99. Bob Riger bid 18 on Hendrix. James McGregor put Jimmy. Now, I had a Jim Weatherly, and Jimi Hendrix is up for bid. So we have Country Joe McDonald, On My Way, $19.99. I don't know if this album was put out on a Steamboat label. I don't know if anybody can verify that. I don't know if I've ever seen a Steamboat label on that Hendrix. If so, if there is a Steamboat label for this album, then that would be the first press. I can't say in my memory I've seen a Steamboat Smash Hits before. I don't know when that cutoff was, but it would have been very close. Okay, I've got a few more interesting 45s here. The first one is 4 Year Strong. 4 Year Strong is $14.99. 4 Year Strong. The A-Team, Cluster F-U-C-K. The A-Team, blue vinyl, number 36 of 100, $12.99. Spectres, Arctic Flowers, $5.99. Alert X, or X Alert maybe, Demo 08, number 3 of 100, hand numbered, $19.99. Red vinyl, number 3 of 100. And we have Mind Eraser, The World Unfolds and Brought Back to Life. Those are the two tracks. Looks almost like a test press or something. $16.99. All right, so Jimi Hendrix is at 18. Jimi Hendrix is at 20. Jason Kenton wants 4 years. This is sold to Jason Kenton. Sean Fairweather wants M Mind. I think that was Mind Eraser maybe. That's the only other thing I see close to that. We'll make sure that's what he wants, but that's sold to Sean for right now. And then the Foo Fighters is also on a final call. The Foo Fighters is at $23 with John Duran. And James McGregor's at 20 on Jimi Hendrix. Somebody has already beat you to that. Shane Devers is the high bid at 20. So we need a $21 bid or more. Shane Devers is at 25 on Foo Fighters. That leaves X Alert, Demo 08, Spectres, Arctic Flowers, and the A-Team, Cluster F. Those are all still available in that. Let me go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of those again. Let's see here. Next is Live Grenade, FBS, $9.99, number 465 of 500, FBS Live Grenade. Face Reality, Positive Change, red vinyl tour variant, probably sold on tour, number 16 of 27, $14.99. F, You Are an EP, $9.99. F, You Are an EP. That looks very interesting. The original Panther Burns, Tav Falco, $9.99. Tav Falco. And this is the Pixies Promo Flexi from the Bob magazine. Looks like it's the Pixies and Sex Clark 5, $9.99. Okay. So, Foo Fighters, we had 24 and 25. 21 on Jimi Hendrix. John Young says the Jimi Hendrix is a 1970 at earliest. This was not released on a Steamboat label, but the original's on a two-tone reprise. So a quick history on reprise labels. You see how that has a Steamboat on it? There's another one. We had it earlier, a tricolor Steamboat. There was a tricolor Steamboat, then there's a two-tone reprise, and then like a dark orange and the light orange you see here, and then there's this single tone. It also has a Steamboat on it, but that's 3 quick kind of different eras of reprise labels that they used to help date a lot of records from Hendrix and the Kinks and a lot of other very popular artists on reprise. Foo Fighters 26, Foo Fighters 27, Sean Fairweather wants Face Face Reality, that's sold to Sean Fairweather. Foo Fighters 28, Brandon Jackson wants the Tav. That's Tav Falco. That's sold to Brandon Jackson. And we have Jason Fornerat on the Pixies Flexi Disc. That's sold to Jason Fornerat. John Durad's at 30 on the Foo Fighters. That leaves FBS, Live Grenade, and FU on EP. Those are $9 and $9.99. So that means the high bid on Jimi Hendrix. The high bid on Jimi Hendrix is with James McGregor at 21, and Shane Devers, you're out. So you can bid again, or you can say you're out, and we'll go ahead and wrap that up. All right, I'll do some more of those in just a second. Let me get back to the Buy It Now crate here. We have The Who, It's Hard, featuring their hit single, Eminence Front, $19.99. Also Athena, a hit song on that one. Derringer is $19.99. That's Rick Derringer. Old Time Country Music, Grandpa Jones, $16.99. That's a 2 LP. Olivia Newton-John, Totally Hot, $9.99 for Olivia. Jimmy Buffett, Son of a Sailor, $19.99 for Jimmy Buffett. Stanley Clark, School Days. Stanley Clark is $9.99. The Mamas and Papas, People Like Us, $12.99. And Chad Everett, All Strung Out. Chad Everett is $9.99. Johnny Rivers, Golden Hits, live featuring Secret Agent Man. I've been mentioning that on this release. If you've ever heard Secret Agent Man, the live version is from this cut here. It's also on another album, $14.99. It's actually on the original cut too, but that is the compilation. The Four Seasons, New Gold Hits, $9.99. And David Bowie Stage. John Young saw the top stripes there. $44.99. 2 LP, beautiful looking copy. Gatefold, $44.99. James McGregor, you are out on the Jimi Hendrix. We got a new bid from Shane Devers. Shane Devers bid $22, so he's the new high bidder. Foo Fighters is at $35, $36, $37, $38. And Michael Nath on the Johnny Rivers. Secret Agent Man. That has a little bit of a James Bond attachment to it. Elvis, Guitar Man. It's in shrink wrap. It does have a tear in here. It's sealed. That's why it's torn. They had tore off the shrink to give it a gold stamp promo. $29.99. Elvis, Guitar Man, sealed. $29.99. Sha Na Na is $9.99. They played at Woodstock. Sha Na Na. Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn, Diamond Duet, $9.99. Dexter Gordon Quartet, Swiss Nights. Dexter Gordon is $19.99. All right, Shane Devers is the high bidder on both these auctions, and I'm about to end both of them. He's at 22 on Jimi Hendrix, and he's at 38 on Foo Fighters. I'm about to sell both of those. Hendrix, I'm waiting for Michael McGregor to say out. Neil Diamond, Stones, $14.99, and George Duke, the Aurora, Will Prevail, $19.99. Let me show a few more Oddity 45s over here. I call them oddities because when I'm looking at them, I'm trying to figure out who they are. I can't identify as fast as like Journey, Don't Stop Believing. This is Guided by Voices. Now I know Guided by Voices. Trash Can Full of Nails, $29.99. Guided by Voices, Trash Can Full of Nails. Billy Bragg, Folk Goes Ska, 2 folk records. Gray vinyl, $14.99. Billy Bragg goes Folk Goes Ska. Chamberlain, Raise It High, sealed. It's never been opened. Number 194, 500, $14.99. Clear vinyl, 100 copies, $14.99 of who? It's 2 different artists. Burnt by the Sun, Goliath, and Car Bomb, Pieces of You, $14.99. I guess that's 3 different tracks. Chokehold, Instilled, VG Plus, $17.99 from 1994. Chokehold, Instilled, and this looks very unique. Artist is Hairspray Queen. Hairspray Queen, clear vinyl, $9.99. Okay, we got to end these auctions. Foo Fighters is sold to Shane Devers for $38. Shane also gets the Jimi Hendrix for $22. I never did hear back from Michael McGregor. We can go ahead and tag Jason Kenton on Bragg, Billy Bragg. That's sold to Jason Kenton. Let me put that right there, Tanner. Next claim was Sean Fairweather on Chamberlain. That's sold to Sean Fairweather. Brandon Jackson on Burnt. That was this one right here. Yes, Burnt by the Sun. That's sold to Brandon Jackson. Sean Ha-Na Price. Next comment. Ray Toth, that is $9.99. And Brandon Jackson wants Hairspray Queens. That leaves Guided by Voices and Chokehold. Those are still available. Chokehold and Guided by Voices. I'm going to put those right over there. Wow, let me go ahead and show the next one. But I'm not going to do 5 more. I'm just going to show the next one because it will probably be an instant seller. Ghost is $12.99. Blood red vinyl. Ghost Hunter's Moon from Halloween Kills. Indie exclusive blood red vinyl. John Carpenter's Halloween Kills theme. $12.99. Ghost. All right. We have Songs of New Nations. Ghana, Israel, Nigeria, Congo, and Kenya. This is $14.99 in shrink wrap. And George Jones, The Battle. Boy, I've never seen that one before. I've seen hundreds of George Jones albums. I've never seen The Battle. $9.99. First, Brandon Jackson wants Ghost, and Raytoff will take the Sha Na Na, and Sean Netzel. Chokehold was a VG Plus, $17.99. Brandon was first to Ghost. John Duran was second. And let's put up a couple new auctions. How about some Government Mule? Government Mule, I'm going to severely reduce this one and just see where it ends up. I've got it priced over here in a bin, and we're going to do a Kinks album that we don't show too often. First, Government Mule, I believe, is sealed. Heavy Load Blues. I know how much these cost new, and I think that's what we got them marked. We got this in on a trade-in. It's never been open. Government Mule, Heavy Load Blues, Deluxe Edition, $25 start. $25 start on Government Mule. That is new and sealed. That's either a 3 or 4 LP. 4 LP, I believe. Government Mule. And the Kinks presents a soap opera. This is a repress on the Best Buy series. Should be a black RCA label. $15 start. The vinyl is super clean. The Kinks presents a soap opera. That is $15 start on that. Sherry Darnell wants the George Jones. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. We have John Denver, Windsong. $9.99 on John Denver, Windsong. Reach the Beach, The Fix is $24.99. Reach the Beach, The Fix, $24.99. 25 on Government Mule, 30 on Government Mule. Soundtrack to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Shrink wrap with the Academy Award Hop Sticker, $14.99. $14.99. Paul Newman, $14.99. Robert Redford. Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, Ask Rufus. That's $9.99. Nuggets, Original Artifacts, awesome compilation. Nuggets from the first psychedelic era. From 1972, $79.99. Nuggets, $79.99, 65 to 68. Very cool. We have Queen Samantha, The Letter. Queen Samantha's $9.99. And Conway Twitty, I'm So Used to Loving You, $9.99 on Conway Twitty. Let's do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4 or 6 next, maybe 5, next 45s over here before I start doing some claims and pulls. The Hierophants, Moving Parts, Australian Pressing, $6.99. The Hives, Tick Tick Boom, $19.99. The Hives, Tick Tick Boom. Ponies, maybe, Australian Import, PONYS, I think that's what that says, $19.99. The Human Switchboard, 1978 Garage New Wave, wow, $29.99, The Human Switchboard. And we have Peel Dream Magazine. From Peel Dream Magazine, Magic is Pocketed. Side A, You Really Mean It, Harmony. Side B, Hell, Mary, Johnny, and Me. $4.99. $4.99. All right, Government Mule, 25. Government Mule, 30, 33. Jeffrey DeLong wants The Fix, Reach the Beach. Classic. That's sold to Jeffrey DeLong. Jeremiah Lewis on Nuggets. Very good. Government Mule's at 35. Darren Davis wants Rufus. And Kelly Bagwell's at 36 on Government Mule. Looking for a $15 start on the Kinks. Anybody on these? Hierophants, the Hives, Ponies, the Human Switchboard, and then the Peel Magazine. No claims on any of those. I've got them right over here if you change your mind. And I'm going to go through a few more since there was maybe no sales in any of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we have here. This one looks interesting. $9.99. Armamento Fatal. Armamento Fatal. Paul says, awesome looking vinyl. It's hardcore punk. Here it is. Yeah, Armamento Fatal with 3 stickers and poster. $9.99. Let's see what awesome looking vinyl looks like. Wow, that is pretty unique. Looks like literally an explosion, kind of like the cover. $9.99 on that. Seth, you okay over there? Seth just walked over here and choke slammed 2 crates. They were empty though. $6.99 for sulfuric something. Catery? Crystal Gurgle split vinyl. Don't know on that one. $6.99. Averill American Boys Rare Canadian Power Pop, $24.99. Midnight Slay the Splits, $26.99. And the Mugwumps, the Mugwumps, $5.99. And that's the Vapids split. So the Mugwumps and the Vapids split 45, $5.99. Okay, government mule. We was at 36, 37, 40, 42. Ed Nelson's out. Joe Williams at 45. Felix wants the sulfuric, which I think was this one. That's sold to Felix Quantanala. Dave Plunkett said he'd give 8 for the damaged crate. It's hard to damage these crates. They're pretty much industrial quality. Anybody on those? I'm going to go ahead and set those over here as well. All right, let's see what else is left in this crate. For the buy it nows left in here, we have Here's Patsy Cline, $26.99 for Here's Patsy Cline, $26.99. And Cheech and Chong, nice looking copy, $24.99. Nice looking copy of Cheech and Chong, $24.99. So let's go ahead and make the Kinks a buy it now for $15. The Kinks present a soap opera, just $15 on that. Government Mule is at 45 with Joe Willinger. Everybody's out, so that's a final call for $45. Shane Devers wants Cheech and Chong, and John Mintzmoyer wants Midnight. That must have been from the last crate. Sean, Testament Souls of Black is gone, but if you want on the waiting list, let me know, because everything in that first bin of metal, there's waiting lists pretty much for everything. Midnight is sold to John Mintzmoyer. We'll put that right there. All right, let me just go ahead and grab a new crate of vinyl. We're probably going to do a big recap tonight because we have a lot of stuff still to go through, and I want to keep going right into new vintage arrivals. So let me see what's in this upcoming crate. I have no idea. I see some stuff that was in the hot pictures, though. I've been waiting for some of that to pop up. It looks like some of it's in this next crate. I see a Pink Floyd record, and I see some other stuff that looks pretty nice because I saw some hop stickers. So saw a couple hop stickers. Muscala. Well, we sold one earlier, and I still have 2 crates to go through. So, yeah. Okay, nobody wanted the Kinks. Government Mule. Kelly's back in at 46. Joe's at 47. All right, we'll keep going on that. Actually, let me find another auction. Let me see what I got over here in this crate. I've just been pulling stuff out of this crate, and here we go. Def Leppard, High and Dry, $35 start. Def Leppard, High and Dry. Looks like it has the original inner sleeve. Super clean vinyl. I can't believe this didn't sell the first go around. There's High and Dry though, $35 start. $35 start. James McGregor, you are pretty far behind. Jimi Hendrix has been sold for a while. You might want to refresh your feed. Jimi Hendrix has been sold for a while. John Denver, Farewell Andromeda. John Denver's $14.99. There's Muscala. This is $99.99. That's because it is sealed. From 1973, it is sealed. I got to get his name down. Hugh Muscala. I'm not going to mispronounce it anymore. It is $99.99. It's never been opened. It's never been opened. Dave Plunkett was first and Thomas was second. That's Hugh Muscala. All righty. Lee Rittenauer, Captain Fingers, $26.99. Lee Rittenauer, Captain Fingers, $26.99. Neil Young Decade. This is a Neil Young Triple LP compilation, $44.99. Reba McEntire, What Am I Going to Do About You, $14.99. Kelly, let me know if you're back in or out on Government Mule because Joe has that for $47. It's a final call. Def Leppard, I'm looking for a $35 start. Dave was first to Hugh. The Nylons, Happy Together, is $9.99. Clarence Gatemouth Brown, Pressure Cooker. That is $19.99. Clarence Gatemouth Brown. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, $34.99. Very clean looking vinyl. Dylan's Greatest Hits. Kelly's at 48 on Government Mule. Bread, featuring It Don't Matter to Me hop sticker. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99 on Bread. Alive Mother For You, Billy Cobham, Steve Kahn, $19.99. Alfonso Johnson. Pretty Poison, Nighttime, Pretty Poison from 1984 is $14.99. And Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn, Two's a Party. Two's a Party. That is $9.99. Final call if you want to get on Def Leppard. We had this price much more than $35. It's a super nice copy. No bid yet. It's an OG. And Government Mule is at $48, now $49. Warren Haynes, Ashes and Dust, featuring Railroad Earth. Warren Haynes is sealed from 2015, $36.99. James says, what happened on the Hendrix? We were bidding. I didn't hear back from you. Your bid didn't come in, and we had to sell it. And then I got your bid like 25 minutes later. CGMB grade. That was CGBM. C. Clarence Gatemouth Brown. No condition notes. The cover is about a VG copy. VG or VG Plus. Super nice vinyl. Alligator label. Does have a little bit of wear there. $19.99. Mark Lent, if you're worried about the vinyl, it's super nice. The box tops. The letter Neon Rainbow. That is $19.99. And Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, and a nice pair. There is definitely some of tonight's nightly nudity. Pink Floyd is $44.99, a nice pair, and Piper at the Gates of Dawn, 2-in-1. John Luke Ponte, Open Mind, that is $9.99, and Reba, Who's Ever in New England, $14.99. Kelly's out, so now we can say final call on Government Mule, $49. Rydell Martin wants Pretty Things. This is sold to Rydell Martin. Does Dylan say Volume 1? I have one that looks the same, but Volume 2. Yes, they have very similar covers. This is Volume 1. It doesn't say Volume 1. It is Volume 1, though. The other one is a shot from the back of his head. And that's a 2 LP. And this is Volume 1, $34.99, John Porter. Rydell, you got Pretty Things. Ed Nelson wants Piper. So that is Piper at the Gates of Dawn and A Saucer Full of Secrets. That's a 2-in-1. That's sold to him. $44.99. Mark Lent says he will take the Clarence Gatemouth Brown. That's sold to Mark Lent. All right, this is going to be the third steal of tonight's auctions. Def Leppard is a $35 buy it now. Somebody got a steal on, what was it? I know King Crimson, and what was the other one? I'm not for sure. Stevie Ray Vaughan, yes. John Leal gets that for $35. And Paul T., you were second. Also, we're going to go ahead and sell Government Mule. Government Mule is sold for $49 to Joe Willinger. No, Dylan Greatest Hits is a single LP. Volume 1, Dylan's Greatest Hits, is only as a single LP. $34.99. Mr. Tambourine Man, Times Are A-Changin', Like a Rolling Stone, Positively 4th Street. We sold a Dylan 45 on Discogs tonight for $700, or today. Paul listed it. We sold a Dylan 45 on Discogs, so I guess here's an invisible air horn for whoever bought that. One hadn't been sold on Discogs in like 3 years. Corinna, $699.99 sold. We sold it today. That was a big sale. So rare Dylan 45. I also sold a Sun 45 on eBay. Doug Poindexter. There wasn't even a listing on Discogs for it. Very rare. We've had it here for a while. I've shown it a few times here. $499.99. We sold that on Discogs, and we sold a Paul McCartney test pressing of Country Dreamer. We had a couple rare 45 sale that we listed a week ago over the weekend on that. Okay, John Porter says he'll take Dylan. That's sold to John Porter. James Oswich, the Warren Haynes is sealed, $36.99. $36.99. Warren Haynes, Ashes and Dust. Surprised no one's bought it. Warren Haynes played in the Allman Brothers at one point. Ray Parker Jr., The Other Woman, $12.99 for Ray Parker Jr. Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero, $19.99 for Little Feat. And here's Lodger. Looks like it's from the Wisconsin collection. In shrink wrap with the hype sticker, $34.99. David Bowie Lodger. That's a good price on that. James Ostwich said he'll take it. That was the Warren Haynes. The Jay Giles Band, Concealed Weapons. I was about to say I've never seen this. That's because it's a 12-inch single. $9.99. John Leal says he'll take the David Bowie. David Bowie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we got 6 left in the 45 bin. Let me go ahead and show all of them. We've got Mile Me Death Blowout. $9.99. Mile Me Death Blowout. $9.99. Supposed to Be Purple. $5.99. And it is purple. It looks very black and purple. This is the Men Think Karmic Swamp KSO8. Soul Blind, $44.99, clear with black and violet splatter. Soul Blind, $44.99. Chew, SCHEW, $11.99. It looks like a piece of the cover's missing. I think that was intentional. $11.99. Firewalker, the roll call, bone-colored vinyl. Looks like it's a sealed 45. No, it's open. $11.99 for Firewalker. Catbite, Omni Gone. Catbite, pink, blue, split splatter, $12.99. And Sumberland Records, established 1989. That's the label, and who's the artist? Lake Ruth. Lake Ruth is $9.99. Brandon Jackson wants Catbite. So that batch there was Lake Ruth, Firewalker, Chew, Soul Blind, The Men Think, and Mild Me Deaf Blowout. Still not 100% positive on that one, but those are right here behind me if anybody decides you want any. I think it's time we get a couple new auctions started. Let me see what I've got over here in this bin we can throw up for auction. We have, let's see here. I feel like some of these we've recently gone through, but I don't really know. I feel like some of these are pretty recent. Let me go through, well, Tanner's there. I'll go through this crate one more time. Let's see, here we go. Patti Smith, unofficial. We'll start that where somebody has to buy it. And we have a Bob Dylan in shrink wrap. Here we go. We have Patti Smith. This is an unofficial Patti Smith. It says purple vinyl, and it does have some pretty significant cover damage, as in it looks like a dog took a bite out of it and somebody tried to tape it back together. Patti Smith, it's an unofficial on purple vinyl. I think it's not cheap. It's hard to sell unofficials on Discogs. They're not allowed. And if you can get them slipped through on eBay, but this one is pretty beat up. We'll say a $10 start on Patti Smith. And then Bob Dylan Infidels. This is in shrink wrap with the original inner sleeve, and the vinyl is near mint minus. Bob Dylan is a $15 start. So $15 on Dylan Infidels and $10 start on the Patti Smith unofficial. Back to the crate of new vintage arrivals. Little Richard Operator, $9.99 on Little Richard Operator. Charlie Rich, Every Time You Touch Me, $9.99. That's in shrink wrap. Roseanne Cash, King's Record Shop, $19.99. Roseanne Cash, King's Record Shop. Greg Brown, In the Dark Without You, $26.99. Greg Brown. Kenny Rogers, We've Got Tonight, $9.99. Repeat, The Best of Jethro Tull, Volume 1, $19.99 on The Best of Jethro Tull, Volume 1, $19.99. And Earth, Wind, and Fire, Spend the Night Together, $9.99. Actually, I never did confirm that with Carol. There was a Rolling Stones bootleg we sold. Carol bought it, and I never did check something for them. It's in one of these bins. It's a Rolling Stones bootleg. We needed to pull that and see if it was a 2LP. Pointer Sisters Breakout. Carol claimed it and then said he wanted to put it back if it wasn't a 2LP. And he says he's okay paying a $25 restocking fee. So we've got to find it either way. We have All-Star Country Gold. All-Star Country Gold, $24.99. It's right up here. Let's see if it's a 2LP. Okay, it's a 1LP. So Carol Puckett, you are charged a $55 restocking fee, and it is a single LP. He tells me there's a 2LP of this exists, and that's the only one he wants. It is $74.99. The Rolling Stones in concert. It's an Oakland 1969 unofficial, $74.99. So Carol's going to pay a $100 restocking fee to put that back. It's available if anybody wants it, though. $74.99, the Rolling Stones in concert. Okay, we have Denise Harrison on RAC. That was, what was RAC, Denise Harrison? Let me know what that was. Roseanne Cash, maybe. Brent said he would take it. And Brent's not going to put it back, so he doesn't pay a $200 restocking fee. Hank Williams Jr., High Notes, $24.99. And Reba McEntire, The Last One to Know, $14.99. Reba McEntire, The Last to Know. Neil Young, After the Gold Rush, $34.99. Neil Young, After the Gold Rush, $34.99. This is Thievery Corporation, The Mirror Conspiracy, $49.99. Thievery Corporation, The Mirror Conspiracy, $49.99. Is Earth, Wind, and Fire album a single or double? This is the Spend the Night is a 12-inch single, $9.99. Okay, these are buy it nows. If anybody wants Patti Smith or Bob Dylan, $10 and $15 buy it nows. $10 and $15 buy it nows if anybody wants those. Denise, I was thinking that was Roseanne Cash. Sell Denise Harrison, Roseanne Cash, and before that, Craig Johnson wants Neil Young, but I'm going to pull it out right now. So Neil Young goes to Craig Johnson. Billy Joe, 52nd Street, $14.99. Miami Country is $14.99. And Willie Nelson and Family Live, $24.99. Restocking fee kept double. Yeah. Carol is a great customer, but he is world famous for doing putbacks. He will put something back as fast as he claims it. He'll be like, Rolling Stones, I actually put that back. And then it messes up the entire feed. And he's okay with paying huge restocking fees. He will pay a $400 restocking fee before he actually just goes ahead and takes it. So, or a $500 restocking fee, $800 restocking fee. Savoy Brown, Savage Return, $17.99. Savage Return. Face to Face, the Kinks, wow. $74.99. I said wow because it's a 66 press and shrink wrap. Wow. Whoa. $74.99. That's one of those gems that have slipped through my fingers. I'm just going to set that right there, and that is $74.99. The Doors Full Circle, that is $34.99. The Doors Full Circle, $34.99. Iron Horse, Everything is Gray, $14.99 for Iron Horse. And Jimmy Buffett, Before the Salt, 2LP, $29.99. Jimmy Buffett, Before the Salt. And Norton Buffalo, Desert Horizon, that's $9.99. Brent, this is an exceptionally nice copy. I kind of hate to see this go to you, but it is sold to you. So that's sold to Brent Robley. Kinks and Jeff McMaster gets to Jimmy Buffett. Those are both sold and sold. Let me run through these titles one more time. We go ahead and start working on some of our Japanese titles we have over here. We sold one earlier. We did sell the Monkeys. Let's do, let's do this one. And I don't know what this Jack Mix is, but I don't think I've shown these two officially. These are going to be, what is Jack Mix 88? Serious Mix, Serious, Diamonds, Look at You Love. Must be some kind of DJ mix, non-stop hits. I mean, this is 47 tracks, so it must be like a sampler, some kind of DJ type deal. Throwing it out there. Isla Bonita. Goodbye Stranger. Yeah, so it's probably like some kind of DJ medley, something of that nature. So Jack Mix 88. 88 non-stop hits. Single LP, 2 Japanese press, $25 start, and the best of the Manhattan Transfer. This looks like it's a Japanese white label promo copy, $25 start on that. So $25 start on the best of Manhattan Transfer and $25 start on Jack Mix 88. Here's what's left in this bin. John Denver, Farewell Andromeda, Lee Ritenour, Neil Young Decade. If you're looking for a Neil Young Hits LP, this is kind of the go-to, especially for his early stuff, the classic stuff. This is a triple LP, vintage, $44.99. Reba McEntire, The Nylons, Bread with Hype Sticker, It Don't Matter to Me, A Live Mother for You. The other night we showed this, Several Claims. This has a promo label. It's a white label promo too, Billy Cobham, $19.99. That's still available. So is Conway and Loretta. The Box Tops, Jean-Luc Ponty, Reba McEntire, Ray Parker Jr., Little Feat, Jay Giles, 12-inch single, Little Richard, 12-inch single, Charlie Rich, Greg Brown, Kenny Rogers, The Best of Jethro Tull Volume 2, Pointer Sisters, and All-Star Country. John Porter wants the Neil Young Decade, sold to John Porter. Norton Buffalo is in Steve Miller Band. Did not know that. Hank Williams Jr. High Notes, another Reba McEntire. That was the Thievery Corporation. Earth, Wind, and Fire, 12-inch single. Billy Joe, 52nd Street, Miami Country, Willie Nelson and Family Live. Savoy Brown, The Doors, Iron Horse, and Norton Buffalo. The name of the Nylons was called Happy Together. $9.99. Looking for $25 starts on these Japanese pressings. And let's go to a new crate. Anybody else on anything in here? Anybody else on anything in here? If not, I'm going to stack those up right over here. And let's do a, if I've missed any questions or anything, if I've tried to address anything, so if you think I'm ignoring you, I'm probably not. I just didn't see it. Everything is sticker price right now. What I'm going to do is, this is probably one of our last crates of new stuff. We've been through 7 crates of new vintage arrivals tonight. We've been through 7 crates. This makes crate number 7. Then I'm probably either going to do a recap or we can go into some on-sale stuff, whichever. I'm definitely going to recap new vinyl. I can't believe it's already 10 o'clock. Time has been flying the last couple weeks during these shows. I mean, it feels like it's 8 o'clock or 8:30, and we've been live going on 3 hours, so pretty incredible. This is all new stuff, never shown, and we have a couple questions and a new bid. The mix is at $25 with Leslie, the Hank, and the Greg Brown. Let me give you prices on those. Let's see here. We have Billy Joel. Hank Williams Jr. High Notes is $24.99. And then the Greg Brown was In the Dark with You. In the Dark with You. Let me just bring those over so y'all can visually see those. Hank Williams Jr. High Notes, $24.99. And Greg Brown was $26.99. Billy Cobham was a white label promo, $19.99. $19.99. All right, we have The Animals with Eric Burden, $19.99. In the Beginning, The Animals with Eric Burden. Jeannie Morris, Body and Soul, that is sealed, 1987. And Herb Albert Rise, $14.99. We do a bundle on the 3 Loretta in the last 2 crates. Yes, just give me a second. I'll do that when we can recap some stuff. Thomas, I would love to give you a bundle on those. I'll do that when we're doing some recapping here in about, probably at the conclusion of this crate. Casey and the Sunshine Band, Do You Want to Go Party? That is sealed, 12-inch single, 1979, sealed Casey and the Sunshine Band. Pickin' Time, Grandpa Jones, $9.99. Donna Summer, Greatest Hits, Volume 1 and 2, Donna Summer on the Radio, $14.99. Ray Charles, A Man and His Soul. This is a deluxe 2-album compilation. There's What I'd Say and Georgia on My Mind, $34.99. Cry, Hit the Road Jack, $34.99. That's a 2LP deluxe, Ray Charles Greatest Hits. All right, let's go ahead and sell the mix to Leslie Holt for $25. If anybody wants the Manhattan transfer, it's a $25 buy it now. That's a promo copy from Japan. So over here in our auction pile, Manhattan transfer was a $25 buy now. These were asked about. I'm assuming they didn't want them. Hank Williams Jr. and Greg Brown. I'm just going to put them right over here in this crate behind me. Patti Smith was just a $10 buy it now. By the way, that was originally marked $35 because that's not an easy unofficial to obtain. Bob Dylan was in shrink wrap near mint for $15. That was originally $35. And the Kinks was a $15 buy now. That was originally $25. And then Huey Lewis and the News is the other Japanese pressing that did not get a bid tonight. It's a $35 buy now. So is the Manhattan transfer, but it's a $25 buy now. Brent Robley on the Bob Dylan and Tanner. I'm going to put that in the auction pile because it was $15. Those were some steals. Been some deals and steals tonight on the auction block. ABBA, the album, VG Plus condition, $14.99 for ABBA. Mary Poppins, a soundtrack, $19.99 for Mary Poppins. Also, Mickey Newberry, the Sailor. Mickey Newberry is $19.99. Weather Report, $19.99 for Weather Report. Also, Bob James and Earl Klugh, one-on-one. Bob James and Earl Klugh, one-on-one. It's one of those backwards records. $9.99, looks like a matchbook. Shaka. No Con or Rufus on this one. This Shaka, $9.99 with hype sticker. Contains the single, I'm Every Woman. Barry White's Greatest Hits, $19.99 for Barry White. Boy, what a voice. And Good Night Tonight, Wings, $16.99. Let me see what I've got over here in our bin put up for some more auction deals. Let's see what we have over here in a bin. I'm just going through a bin of vintage and I'm seeing if I find a good title, or something that looks in great condition, like this Doobie Brothers, I'm like, let's run it on auction. I'm definitely going to reduce it, and then either somebody's going to really want it and end up with it, which is option 1, and pretty much the same option would be somebody ends up with it, but they're going to get a good deal on it. So this is the Doobie Brothers, The Captain and Me, a classic album, and it looks like it's in exceptionally nice condition. There is the gatefold cover, and there's the super clean vinyl. Yes, very nice copy. We'll put that up for just a $10 start. The Doobie Brothers, The Captain and Me, $10 start on that. And Bob Dylan, New Morning, another really nice looking Bob Dylan album. We'll put that up also for a $10 start. So $10 and $10 start on those. Rydell Martin was first on Shaka. That's sold to Rydell Martin. John Lill was second. There are no more new hardcore punk 7-inch. No, I've been through everything at least once. I do have a few new CDs that I didn't get around to showing the other night. I just got to figure out which one those are. I think I see them because I see more Peter Criss. I do have a few more hard rock and metal CDs I didn't get to the other night. Rick Wakeman, Journey to the Center of the Earth is $14.99. Rick Wakeman, Journey to the Center of the Earth is $14.99. We have Melanie is $9.99. That's Gather Me. Melanie, $9.99. Megatone Records presents Patrick Coley Sylvester, Do You Want a Funk? $19.99. Crosby, Stills and Nash, CSN, $19.99. Thelma Houston, Ride to the Rainbow, $9.99. Also have Neil Young, Hawks and Doves, $24.99. Country Joe and the Fish Reunion, $14.99. Country Joe and the Fish Reunion, $14.99. Nat King Cole is $19.99. And Then and Now, The Best of the Monkees. Then and Now, The Best of the Monkees. Super nice looking copy, gatefold, $24.99. Jeff McMaster wants Do You Want a Funk? And Brent has bid on both auctions. He's at 10 on Bob and 10 on Dylan. Nice copies of both albums. Super good, nice. I'm running out of adjectives. Autumn Betts is on Melanie. Autumn Betts gets the Melanie LP. We have Born in the USA, $19.99. Talking about an album loaded with hits. This is a prime example. $19.99. Norman Blake, Tut Taylor, Sam Bush, Butch Robbins, Vassar Clements, David Holland, and Jethro Burns. That is $19.99. It's just a bunch of names, very well-respected names. And there are some... I'll see what happened here. To Dad from Rich and Alice for Father's Day, 1976. That was somebody's Father's Day gift at some point. Now it can be yours for $19.99. Pure Prairie League Dance, $14.99. Craig Johnson wants Bruce Springsteen. That's so to Craig Johnson. Skipworth and Turner, Can't Give Her Up, $9.99. Glenn Travis Campbell. Glenn Campbell's $9.99. Final call on these auctions, $10 and $10. Final call on those auctions. We have Skyjammer Sky in shrink wrap. Skyjammer's $14.99. Romelu says Bob and Earl. Bob and Earl, question mark. Bob and Earl. That's Bob James and Earl Clue. That is $9.99. That is here. It is $9.99, Romelu. J. Giles Band, Bloodshot, $19.99. The name of the album is called One on One. One on One. Jerry Lee Lewis, Odd Man In, $9.99. Romelu said sold on Bob and James. Sold. And Hi-Fi Holiday for Banjo, Joe Mathis, $9.99. Hi-Fi Holiday for Banjo. Sell these to Brent. 2 more great auction deals being sold. 10 and 10 on the Doobie Brothers and Bob Dylan. Those are sold 10 and 10. Enlovement. Involvement. The John Clemmer Quartet from 1967. $19.99. In shrink wrap. Orbison Songs is $19.99. Roy Orbison. Orbison Songs. The Kinks. One for the Road. $26.99 for the Kinks. The One from the Road. The Kinks' Greatest Hits is $19.99. The Kinks' Greatest Hits. And Cocky Post No Bills, $39.99. KOCKY. Okay, let me grab. I actually do have a few more CDs here that we didn't get to the other night. So let me grab those and show you what we have here, because I know if somebody sees this, they will probably want it. And that is a Peter Criss CD. Peter Criss, this is called Chris Cat #1, EX 12.99, Chris Cat, EX 12.99. Crimson Glory, EX 14.99, Crimson Glory self-titled. Corrosion of Conformity, No Cross, No Crown, $14.99 on COC, No Cross, No Crown. Alice Cooper, Brutal Planet, Dragon Town, VG Plus $9.99, Alice Cooper. Circle to Circle maybe, Circle to Circle, Watching in Silence, $6.99. Cinderella, Still Climbing. Boy, that's hard to get on vinyl. Cinderella, Still Climbing, $11.99. Looks like the original press in that purple case. Cheap Trick is EX $7.99 for Cheap Trick. Electric Angels is VG Plus $11.99. And In the Night, Dream Evil. In the Night, Dream Evil, $5.99. Circle to Circle, Alice Cooper, Corrosion of Conformity, Peter Criss, Dream Evil, Electric Angels, Cheap Trick, and Cinderella. Those are all available if anybody's interested. African Rhythms, The Exotic Sounds of Guy Warren and His Talking Drums, $19.99 on African Rhythms. Linda Ronstadt, Heart Like a Wheel, $9.99. Linda Ronstadt, What's New, $9.99. John Lennon, Double Fantasy, $24.99. Shello, The Homegirl, from 1994, $19.99. Shello, The Homegirl. Neil Young Reactor, $24.99. Also Outlaws, Ghost Riders, $19.99. The Best of Morgana King, $19.99. The Stones Jazz, Joe Pass, $19.99. The Stones Jazz. Cat Stevens, another decently nice looking copy of Teaser and the Firecat. Nice vinyl, another nice copy. Not just decently nice, a nice copy, $14.99. Rodell wants the Cocky, and I have him also on Shello. Those are both sold to Rodell Martin. And we have Cat Stevens, and we have George Jones, $9.99. Denise Harrison wants Linda Ronstadt, Heart Like a Wheel. Some of these CDs, I think you can get Corrosion of Conformity on vinyl, Josh, but some of these, I don't know if you really... Cinderella's tough to get. I bet some of those are either not available on vinyl or they're extremely pricey or tough to get. I'm pretty sure, though, COC, I know Crimson Glory is self-titled, and No Cross, No Crown. That's been out of print. No Cross, No Crown's been out of print for quite some time, because I have lots of people asking for that usually. I think that's why we sold a record number of CDs last week and 45s. Holy moly. There was huge stacks of CDs we sold. Very tough to get out of print vinyl available on compact disc. All right, let's do some Buy It Now Best Offer first. Buy It Now Best Offer will be after we go through the only little bit of new vinyl that's left from tonight. It's actually all in about a third of a crate. So if you missed tonight's new vinyl, here's what we had. We had a whole slew of metal restocks. Everything pretty much sold except for a couple that we had multiples of, and there's a waiting list on a ton of things. We have one copy left again of Extreme Porno Graffiti, $39.99 for Extreme Porno Graffiti. We have LA Guns, Hollywood Raw, $33.99. LA Guns, Hollywood Raw, $33.99. Two of those still available. The new Rolling Stones compilation, 40 Licks. Rolling Stones 40 Licks, that's 40 songs on 4 LPs, $89.99. 40 songs on 4 LPs, that's new, came out last Friday. Just got those in. Todd Tipton wants Extreme Porno Graffiti. That's sold to Todd Tipton. Ministry Twitch, last copy, $39.99, only copy. Hanoi Rocks, 2 Steps from the Move. Limited in number to 2,000 on red vinyl. That is on red vinyl, $44.99. Bad Religion, Recipe for Hate. That's also on colored vinyl, $29.99. Bad Religion. The LA Guns demo, like I said before, this is called Collector's Edition #1. It's LA Guns' first recordings they submitted to Polydor for their record deal. That's $31.99. That LA Guns is on blue vinyl. One copy left of the Tom Ball Sessions by Elton John. which was originally a record store day that is still available on soulful lavender colored vinyl. Tom Ball Sessions, $38.99. Black Label Society, The Blessed Hill Ride, that's on white vinyl for $31.99. Last and only copy of Turnpike Troubadours, Goodbye Normal Street, $26.99 for Turnpike Troubadours. LA Guns Renegades is on red vinyl, $28.99. Radiohead Pablo Honey, $44.99. Reagan Youth is $29.99. And Tormentor Blitzkrieg Demo 84, $31.99. Thomas Bowman wants Elton John. Thank you. And we had a waiting list for other Ministry albums. We had Annihilator. There's several. Like I told everybody, it's going to be very difficult for us to go back through all those again. But I will say this: we will have those back in stock on Wednesday. We will have those back in stock on Wednesday. First time on vinyl for that Stones. Yes, 40 licks, first time on vinyl. That is correct. Okay, let me go find a crate for us to go through. Buy it now, best offer. So if you're kind of new or if you just hopped on and you've been with us forever and you know what goes on, we're about to go through some stuff. I'm going to try to find some buy it now, best offer in the back. So give me 1 second. Okay, you should be able to hear me now. My mic should be in range. Keyword should. We'll find out. Crickets. That's because I was not where the mic could hear me. I would talk to you if I was back there, but it won't reach. All right, so let's see what we have in here. All buy it now, best offer, meaning you can buy it now or you can make an offer. Some people go ahead and just buy it now so they don't miss out on it. Some people make offers on everything. Let's see what's in here. The Bob Righty, we'll say Reddy, Bob, maybe Righty, Chicago Blues Band, Lake Michigan, Ain't No River, 1999. So we'll call this Chicago Blues Band on Rounder Records, 1999. The Carpenters, EX Condition, $12.99 on Carpenters. Randy Meisner, $14.99. Randy Meisner. I was about to say, I know his solo album should be a bunch of them in the back in the bins. There's one of them, Randy Meisner, $14.99. The Beau Brummels Volume 2, that's in good plus condition. It's also a mono copy. The Beau Brummels, $9.99. The Association Birthday, $14.99 for the Association Birthday. That's on the original 1 or 7 label, $14.99 on the Association. The Moody Blues 7th Sojourn, $14.99 on the Moody Blues 7th Sojourn. There they are. First appearance tonight, I believe. I don't think we've had a Moody Blues album till right then. Hopefully there's a Toto record in here. The Best of Herman's Hermits, Volume 3, $9.99. And Redbone. Redbone is in shrink wrap with the hype sticker featuring the hit single Susie Girl, $29.99 for Redbone, shrink wrap and hype sticker. The Rolling Stones, Black and Blue, $34.99 for the Rolling Stones Black and Blue. $34.99. The Dave Clark 5 American Tour, $14.99. Dave Clark 5 American Tour. That is a yellow Epic label, very clean looking. $14.99. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. Deja Vu is $34.99. Deja Vu, very clean copy. 5-digit Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Hendry said test. Dave Plunkett said Toto. I'm glad y'all did test comments because I was thinking everybody had the feed was disabled, but I think y'all were still here. This is the Bob Reddy Chicago Blues Band, Lake Michigan, Ain't No River. That is $19.99. Bob Reddy Chicago Blues Band. Harvey Mason, Marching in the Street. Harvey Mason is a white label promo, $19.99. Wilbert Longmire, Sunny Side Up, $14.99. And Happiness is Dean Martin. Dean Martin, Happiness is Dean Martin, $9.99. Let me see if I got anything else over here I can show y'all. The other day I started reducing, I was trying to sell some Beatles magazines, and I was doing them in lots. Let me grab a few more over here and try to see, just to keep something a little bit different going. See if there's any interest in these Beatles magazines for anybody. I'll show those in just a second. Marshall Crenshaw has a promo sticker on the front. Marshall Crenshaw is $19.99. Dawn's New Ragtime Follies, $9.99. Ray Goodman and Brown. Ray Goodman and Brown is $11.99. Okay, so magazine lot. We have a Paul McCartney, Animal Times. This is an original magazine here for teens only. That's probably from the 60s. Us magazine. Who's this on the front? Is this John Lennon? Let's see. Who is this on the front? I don't know if that's Take Yoko. May Pang. May Pang, was that his other woman besides Yoko? People's Magazine, John's Last Song. That's from 1984. And let's do People Weekly under Yoko's spell. People Magazine, 1988. So that is Paul McCartney, a Vintage Beatles magazine. This is May Pang. Then a People Magazine of John Lennon, another People Magazine of John Lennon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 for $20 if anybody wants those. And these are all from that, I can tell you from the date, that collection in Atlanta. It was from that collection in Atlanta. So 2, 1984, 1988 People Magazine. Us magazines from 1983. For teens only, that is definitely from the 60s. The Beatles answer those 29 questions. And then Animal Times, those are with Paul McCartney on the cover. Those are all $20 buy now. Craig says he'll give 12 on the Moody Blues. Let's go ahead and sell the Moody Blues for $12. Let me find that. Where are you, Moody Blues? On a Threshold of a Dream. There it is. That's sold to Craig for $12. And LA Guns Renegades, I believe, was $28.99. $28.99. And then Rydell Martin wants price on Harvey Mason. Craig Johnson. Craig Johnson says Moody Blues 12. Tanner's comments. He said he did say. I don't think I'm seeing some comments either. The feed's awfully quiet. I don't know if comments are coming through like they're supposed to. Harvey Mason is a white label promo for $19.99. What is this? It's the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones, it's a German unofficial, $49.99. The Rolling Stones, very interesting. Caution, 1973, $49.99. $49.99. Todd Titten said he'll take LA Guns. I saw that. Paul McCartney announced new tour dates today. I saw the video and he's like, hey everybody, I'm getting back. And I was like, yes, he's going to come to Nashville. And then I saw Australia and I was like, I can't go to Australia. Well, I could, but I don't have a passport yet. Plus, I don't think I'd go to Australia to see him. I probably would, but I'm thinking he's going to maybe come back to the United States again. And if he's within 3 hours of here, I'll probably go and see him. Rydell Martin gets Harvey Mason. Tanner says within 5 hours, we'll go see him again. Sounds like Tanner's bought in. Seth? Bought in on Paul McCartney if he's within 5 hours? Seth said he would go. All right, so we got our road trip. Paul McCartney, if he's coming within 5 hours, we'll go. That's driving distance too. 5 hours of flying, that's probably in play too. Mary Kay Place, $9.99. Mary Kay Place, Aiming to Please, $9.99. Roy Clark, Yesterday When I Was Young, $9.99. If y'all have never seen Paul McCartney, holy moly, that's a concert. That's a concert. Black Pearl is VG $9.99. Carlene says she'll take the magazines. Great. I wasn't going to show any more unless anybody bought these, but those are sold to Carlene for $20, Tanner. I've got a few more here. Let me add to this. Let me go get some more because there's only 3. I'm trying to sell them in lots of 4 or 5. Lou Reed, let's put this up for auction. It's a sealed copy. It's a sealed copy. I'll even tell you what we have it marked. $59.99. It's got the hype sticker. It's got a saw mark. We're going to put that up for a $15 start. Sealed Lou Reed, Coney Island Baby, $15 start. Joni Mitchell, Wild Things Run Fast, $19.99. Maybe he'll get back to the U.S. I hope he does get back to the U.S. Seth has to ask permission now. Slow down there, Seth. Uh-oh. That's true. We'll have to ask Rachel. Rachel, can Seth go see Paul McCartney? He said, not yet. Uh-oh. That's true. That's true. Not yet. He hasn't said I do yet. Jimmy Walker on LR. Lou Reed, 15. Preston technically bid first at 15. The Graduate soundtrack, $19.99. The Graduate soundtrack, $19.99. Has Meemaw seen Paul McCartney? Meemaw turned 92 yesterday. She was getting around better than I was. $19.99. 92 years old. I was over there interviewing her. I was trying to ask her about Kennedy and all kinds of stuff, and she had a pretty good memory. I was like, this is amazing. I was like, I need to get a microphone over here. If I found out somebody's been around during they was alive to remember the Kennedy assassination, that's the first thing I ask them. I'm like, what's your memory of the Kennedy assassination? Godspell, $14.99. Most people remember it like exactly. Godspell, $14.99. We have Eric Clapton, No Reason to Cry, $34.99. Eric Clapton, No Reason to Cry, featuring Hello Old Friend, $34.99. So Lou Reed is at $17 with Romelu on the sealed Lou Reed. Let me grab a few more Beatles-related magazines. I've got one over here that I've got marked for $40. I'll do a deal on it, but it's pretty unique. And let me get a couple more here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, some of these vintage, I don't know if I'll have another lot that cheap with 5, but I'll make it interesting at least. This one I had marked for $39.99. $39.99. I'll do this for $25. Help. Check this out. I don't know what's going on here, but I remember it was not cheap on eBay. Look they're all bald. $25. I had that marked for $39.99 if anybody wants it. Help. It says January. It's definitely from the 60s. $25 if anybody wants that. I've got another lot here. Let's see. Hit Parader, George. Let's see. I got 5 more here for $20. We have Tracks, Lennon Lives. That's from 2005. Tracks Magazine, Lennon Lives. That's number 1. People Weekly, another copy. That guy in Georgia, if he went to the newsstand and bought a Beatles magazine, he would buy 2 or 3 of them. So if there was a People magazine on the shelf of John Lennon or Paul McCartney on the cover, or George or Ringo, he would buy 2 or 3 of them. That's why we have so many duplicates. So there's another People magazine from '88. A tribute to John Lennon from Us magazine. I'm pretty sure that was probably published right after he died in 1980. This is a vintage magazine called George. I think this was, I don't know what the actual publication's called, but obviously has George Harrison on the front. And look, he even autographed it. And we have Hit Parader magazine. Hit Parader's from 1969, has the White Album picture of Ringo on the front, an interview with Ringo. That is all those for $20. So all of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Hit Parader, George, Tribute to John, People, and Tracks featuring John, $20 for all those. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything at the front. Lou Reed's at 17, Final Call. We have, let's see here. We have Out, and I don't think there's any more new claims. Let's finish going through this crate. Buy it now, best offer. Sade, Promise, $49.99. Some great titles in here. Haven't received too many offers. Sade, Promise, $49.99. This is Moth the Hoople. Yes, Mad Shadows. Moth the Hoople, $24.99. Mad Shadows, $24.99. The new rotary connection, Hey Love, $74.99. 71 promo Presswell press, $74.99. New rotary connection. Ted Nugent, Call of the Wild. This is in shrink wrap. It's a 74 Terre Haute, $39.99. $39.99. Ted Nugent, Amboy Dukes, Call of the Wild, $39.99. Paul McCartney played in I Love Her, Munich. Cried. Well, when I took Tanner and Seth, when we went and seen Paul, I was like, listen, I've been twice now. I've never seen more people cry at a concert than a Paul McCartney. The first time I ever seen him, I had really bad seats, and so it was a little bit quieter up in the nosebleed. And like he was doing Blackbird, and you could just see people just crying. There was one woman very loudly crying, just sobbing. I was like, you don't see this a lot. EX, $19.99. Singing, shouting, really moving. Gospel, Little Richard, EX, $19.99. You'll see a lot of tears at Paul McCartney. Focus, Moving Waves, $17.99. Focus, Moving Waves, $17.99. Blondie, Parallel Lines, a 78 Terre Haute, $39.99. 78 Terre Haute, $39.99. Todd Tipton is in at $20.25 on TN. Sell this to Todd Tipton for $25. Pamela Yeager, Dave Clark 5, and American Tour for $8. That was right back here. Sell that to Pamela for $8. And let's see. Janis Joplin, Pearl, $34.99. $34.99. Janis Joplin, Pearl, $34. Yeah. For some reason, that's an emotional show. Elvis, $34.99. It's pretty obvious why it's an emotional show. It's Paul McCartney playing Beatles songs, so. Elvis Presley, self-titled, $34.99. This is in shrink wrap, $34.99. That is a near mint copy. It's a reissue, probably from the 70s. That is very nice, $34.99. $34.99. Helen Merrill and Dick Katz, A Shade of Difference, $14.99. And E.T. Best Friends, that is sealed, $14.99. Whoever E.T. or Et is. The Dramatics, Anytime, Any Place, is $9.99. The Dramatics, Anytime, Any Place. Skywalk, The Bohemians. Skywalk is $12.99. And Placido Domingo with John Denver includes Perhaps of Love by Domingo and Denver, their first smash hit together, $9.99. We go ahead and sell the Coney Island Baby. Coney Island Baby was sold for $17 to Romy Lou. Sell that for $17. I'll lay it over here. I'll show these magazines individually. If anybody wants them, they're $15, $15, and $10. Sick Magazine, issue number 68. I guess that's supposed to be the Beatles. Yeah, there's the Beatles. Marvin Gaye. Who are these other people? That's $10. I have Teener's Special Beatles. That's definitely from the 60s, 15 on that. And Ringo's Home Address. Look at that. That has Ringo's address in it. That's worth every bit of $15. Elvis, that's the way it is. Elvis is in shrink wrap, $9.99. The box tops a few crates ago. Pamela, that was $24.99. Elvis, Raised on Rock, $9.99. Elvis Presley is $19.99. Elvis Pure Gold, $14.99. Elvis Pure Gold. Great compilation if you need to get started in Elvis records. There's a good start. Pure Gold, $14.99. Ultravox, Systems of Romance, $24.99 for Ultravox. Systems of Romance. Mick Jagger, She's the Boss, $19.99. Aretha Franklin, With Everything I Feel in Me. Aretha Franklin is EX, $17.99. Aretha Franklin, still available. That's from 74. EX condition, $17.99. Aretha, Jump to It, $19.99. Michael Nath takes Aretha. Thank you, Michael. I think Michael also said Elvis crate. He wants a whole crate of Elvis added to his invoice. Michael Nath does. Kenny Loggins, Vox Humana, $9.99. Paul Revere and the Raiders, Just Like Us, $12.99 for Paul Revere and the Raiders. The Ascenders is $9.99. Now, Rydell, you were second on Aretha. Let me know if you want this one, if you want it. Put back fee.
If he buys a whole crate, we'll give him the crate.
Wow, if you buy a whole crate of Elvis records at sticker price, you get the crate for free, since Michael picks up locally. Put back fee, if you put back a whole crate of Elvis records, that's a $10,000 restocking fee. you would financially be better just buying them. Rydell put E.T. Rydell, let me know if you want this Aretha Franklin, and I think he wants E.T. from earlier, right? Best friends, that's so to Rydell Martin. A la carte, this is Triumvirate, $14.99 for Triumvirate. Ray Gomez Volume, $12.99 for Ray Gomez Volume. Jane Eyre and the Belvederes. Jane Eyre is $19.99. Carole King, Speeding Time, and The Secret Life of J. Eddie Fink by Janice Ian. That is $9.99, and Carole King is $14.99. $14.99. All righty. I'm going to say this. I know it's awfully early, but is there any last request? I think a lot of people's got awfully sleepy on me tonight. Is there any last request? What was that, Seth? Seth said he's sleepy. Tanner's been a little sleepy. I'm about to drink a bunch of caffeine so I can get more stuff priced for tomorrow. I'm going to be up all night and into the morning. Bernie Johnson says he'll take Elvis Pure Gold. Good decision there. Dale says he'd give $20 on the Help magazine. Oh, man, half price. It will officially be half off in January. I'm going to go ahead and sell it to you. I'm trying to think. I got tubs of stuff from the Atlanta collection that I hadn't sold. I hadn't priced yet. So Conway, yes, let me do that for Thomas and 20 for Hank Williams Jr. And all right, so let me do that. Yeah, if there's anything earlier tonight we showed that you were waiting on, since I didn't go back through those, feel free to go ahead and ask, and I will show those. I got to do a bundle for him. Let's sell Hank Williams Jr. for 20. I don't mind finding something from earlier. We still got plenty of time, so no rush. I mean, it's just 10:30, but I was going to go ahead and end early tonight if that was okay with y'all. I know it isn't. I know it is not okay, but have you ever heard of Ringo Death Star? Can't say I have. Sinatra with Count Basie. We had one the other night, but we sold it. Jesse said he'd give 30 for Blondie. Yes, please make offers on anything in here. That is sold to Jesse Hood for 30. Leftover 7 hardcore. I'll go through all of them. I'll read all those one more time. Now, I just got to do a bundle for Thomas on the Conway and Loretta's. Let me find all those. It won't take too long because I think one of them's in here and the other two's in the next crate. So we'll find those. There's one of them. Also, did somebody claim the Billy Cobham earlier and I forgot to pull it? The Billy Cobham. Another Mother for You, the white label promo. It's still available over here if anybody was waiting on that. While I'm going through these, I might do a little bit of condensing. Here's Patsy Cline still available. There's Conway. Did you just want, Thomas, did you just want Conway and Loretta? There's another Conway and Loretta. I think there was one more, Conway and Loretta. Or, yeah, okay, there was 3 of those. There was a Conway too. I think he just wants the Conway and Loretta album. So those are stickered. $9.99. I'll do 20% off, which would be $8.88. So $24 on those, Thomas, and that is $6 off. And they're very nice. So Diamond Duet, this one that's called Lead Me On, and Two's a Party. $8.88 on those. You had a John Prine earlier. Did you have a John Prine? I didn't. I don't think we've had a John Prine tonight. Little Richard, First Elvis, $40. Little Richard, was there a Little Richard album in here? And the First Elvis, $40. There's Elvis, there's Little Richard. Yes, sell these to Brent for $40. So these 3 are sold to Tommen for $28, and those 2 are sold to Brent for $40. Can you do over what pre-sales dropped this week? I don't know, really. I don't have those. Rob Scheffler on the Testament Low. I can try to scroll through there and let you know, but Todd, I really don't know off the top of my head. And honestly, I wouldn't know till I clicked on every one of them. And plus, sometimes those street dates aren't accurate. What I'll do is when something ships, I usually reply. I don't know if you get notified, but I usually reply like, hey, this is shipped and it will be on this week's invoice. But if you give me a second, I can scroll through pre-orders. Best price on John Anderson. What did I say? How much did I say on it? Do you remember what it was stickered? Let me show you our group. So here's a whole lot of records. I don't have everything pinned either because I only pin it usually after. But let's see, Shania. Here's some new ones. Shania, Slaughter, The Who, Slaughter, those are new. Tyler Childers, Jim Croce, Van Zant, Phil Lynott. Phil Lynott is due out September 1st. First time ever on vinyl, Lighthouse. That's a pre-order. Ministry, Eric Clapton, Prong, the Donnas, Neds, Anthrax, Zach Bryan, Fleetwood Mac. I don't think any of these. I really don't know. I really wouldn't know unless I clicked on every one of these. But I don't think a lot of this is due out this week. What is Marilyn Manson? It's not due out for a while. Well, next week on Marilyn Manson. Aerosmith. When's Aerosmith due out? 3 weeks on Aerosmith. Those have already come in. I got to take those down. They're already in. Those are all in. Some of these never did come in. We're still waiting for back orders. Now, Mammoth is a big one. Mammoth is a big one, but I don't know how many we're getting. They're supposed to be yellow vinyl, autographed. I don't know how many we're getting, though. No, the Black Crowes albums are MIA. I don't know what happened to those. I will find my best. Thomas, I'll do $15 on John Anderson. I think I said $19.99. I'll do $15 on it. Okay, Punk and Hardcore 45s. Are you still with me? Who asked for those? Jimmy Walker? Jimmy Walker, did he ask for those? Let me see what we have here. I don't know how much of this is technically punk or hardcore, but I'll show you what I have. No is for an answer. No is for an answer. $24.99. You Laugh EP. So, yeah, no is for an answer. You Laugh EP. $24.99. This is Judd, green vinyl, $19.99. Carp, $34.99. Malfaction, $4.99. Mankled is $4.99. Mala Leche, $5.99. Partners in Profit, EX, $19.99. Brad Marino, 4-track Attack, $6.99, white vinyl. Sinking Ships 2 by Lungs, VG Plus, $9.99. And Lower, Walk on Heads, $5.99. Let me find that John Anderson for Thomas Bowman. I think I said $10. Yep, here it is. Sell this to Thomas Bowman for $10. All the people are talking. Thomas, it does have some sticker residue. Looks like it was at McKay's. Looks like it was sold out of McKay's one time, and those stickers are brutal. It's pretty much messed up the cover. But that is $10. And let's see here. Mala Leche, Mankled, Malfestation, Carp, this, and this. So those are all still available. I've got a few more, Jimmy. Stand by. I've got a few more. That wasn't all of them. I've got about 2 more handfuls. We sold probably half of them, though. Guided by Voices, Trash Can Full of Nails. F, You Are an EP, $9.99. FBS, Live Grenade. X Alert, Demo 08. Spectres, Arctic Flowers. The A-Team, Cluster FUCK. Alone in a Crowd was $14.99. Anti-Heroes versus Dropkick Murphys. And The Hives. Hate to say I told you so. The Hives. Those are stack number probably 2 or 3. And I can probably show you a few more, which is these right here. We have the Mugwumps, Ka, Mon, Wa, and In Treason. That's a double-sided. The other side is the Vapids. Averill, American Boys. This was Armento Fatal. From Peel Dream Magazine. That might be like a sampler. The Human Switchboard, $29.99. Ponies, $19.99. The Hives, Tick Tick Boom, $19.99. Hierophants, $6.99. And Chokehold in Steeled, VG Plus, $17.99 from 1994. Dropkick Murphys price, that was $19.99. TKO Records present the 1998 American Street Punk title bout, the Anti-Heroes versus Dropkick Murphys. Looks like a gatefold, $19.99, Jeff. And then that is it on the 45s from tonight. Sold a bunch of them. And I'll probably eventually get a bunch of those together and do a flip. We actually had another whole batch behind the counter that I've never sold. So never did get those sold. So, let's see here. Okay. All right. Anybody else? If not, we'll do a final call. I'm going to say good night. I'm going to end early tonight so I can go start pricing through some new stuff. Japanese anime. Yes, Tillman. Tillman, those have not sold. We hadn't processed those. I will message you the night we have those ready. It will most likely possibly be tomorrow or the next night. Thanks, everybody, for watching. So tomorrow, we'll have all new arrivals again. New arrivals, and I'm going to work on more new 45s. Probably not hardcore stuff, but like the other ones we had that I'm more familiar with. Paul will get some more of these ready for anybody that's looking for that. Jeff, let me know if you do want that. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central Time. New vintage arrivals, new auctions, etc. And that's when we'll be back. I'm going to go eat some of my mother's food that she brought me. Invoices are still going out, Renee. Yes. If you haven't got,
I actually just sent that.
Renee, you just got it. Tanner said.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out the YouTube name next to their actual name.
Tanner couldn't figure out your YouTube username to your actual name, but we got it matched because I think.
Yeah, that reminded me. I'm big for it.
Yes. All right. So we got you. We figured out who you are, Renee. So you should have that in your. Check your email. Check your junk folder, and that's where we're going to stop. All right. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.